Welcome, guys. This is the sit down. We had a little bit of a rough start there. It's because Choice usually runs all this stuff. And yeah, this is not my job. My job is to just scream at the mic and hopefully everything is good. So we're going to hope on that. But yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot of pretty much just about the competitive stuff, Predecessor. We don't care about the patch notes. It's really irrelevant for the most part. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the metas, stuff they add to the game, but we want to stick to mainly just the opportunity of getting to be able to give a little bit more highlights towards the players, the teams, people that are coming on in, give them the spotlight that they deserve. Some of them don't deserve it, and we'll also talk about that as well. It's all going to be good in the hood. But I'm joined here today with Ego, my main man, part of the E-Squared combo. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Dude, thank you so much for having me, man. Guys, I go by Ego, Egolicious Chocolate Drop, Ego from Esports, Dumpling, Milk Carton, and also Emmanuel in certain circles in Mexico. I hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah.
Agree with Liz. The overlay does cook. The overlay is kind of cooking intensely. I'm gonna keep it $1.50.
$1.50. That's more than we pay you, actually. So that's actually pretty good. But yeah. So today, now that you got to see the E-Squared combo without being on the actual casting environment, it's going to be a little bit more laid back. We're going to have a little bit more fun with it. We're just going to be talking, chit-chatting. If your feelings get hurt, I really don't care. Do write a complaint to HR, though. I definitely will take it up with you. We just try to stick to the facts here on to this. Kind of just a sit down, right? Kind of just breaking it through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but
yeah.
We got through the intro. Do you want to tell us your story? You said you had a story for us today, and before we get in, I'll allow you to get us over through it.
Dude, okay. All right. I was gonna tell you first, but we're just gonna out it in public. I got violated today.
Okay.
Dude, I got violated and humbled. And then I wrote the report up to HR. They went damn and tucked it in the folder because that might end up on the Epstein list. Dude, so I'm okay. Lock in. LAN coming up. I know I'm gonna go to LAN fat. It is what it is. I'm a fat guy. But I was like, maybe if I commit these last like 4 weeks, I can get my forearms looking kind of tough. That way, when I come out with the hosting, because I'm planning to hit this pose when I come out, right? Maybe I can get the forearms kind of popping, get a little mild thirst trap again. So I've been hitting the fitness up, right?
Okay, good on you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Just hit a little bit. Just nothing too tough, nothing too much, right? So I'm in there. I do 30 flights on the staircase, 30 flights, and then I do a mile run to get the warm up. And then I go through a full upper body circuit, right? I go through the full upper body circuit. I'm locked in. In my head, I'm seeing Ritter. My arms are tired, but I'm like, he would go for another one. And so I hit another one. And then I'm on my last thing, which is supersets at the dumbbell. And I'm doing my last like incline, right? I'm locked in because I'm like, after this, get to go home and play Battlefield and Pred and whatever and get to chill out. So I'm on my last set, right? I pick up some 35s. My arms are already tired. Guys, this is at the end of the set.
35s.
Me. Yeah, this is the end of the set. Exactly. I'm going for reps. You know what I mean? So I'm supposed to do 3 reps of 30 with the 35s, right? And so I'm
big
like,
dog?
locked in. Yeah, dude, lock in with me. And so I'm like, all right, we're going to get it up. So I get up to 35s, man. I hit them. I'm kind of feeling okay. And then this short Liu Kang looking dude, right? I'm talking 5'2" tops, walks up next to me with what I have to assume is his girlfriend, who looks like she was taken out of anime. It was absolutely insane. And he looks at the 35s and then looks over back at me. No, legit, he hits me one of these. And then grabs the 40s. And then he hits 20 of them.
Damn.
Guys, I'm pretty in touch with my emotions, man. I'm pretty in touch with them. I am.
You are. You're always in your feelings.
I feel toxic masculinity creeping up on me, and I'm like, I'm not going to let it get me today. Not today. And then he puts him down. I'm not fucking with you. He puts him down. He goes, little light. Okay, bro. All right, bro. You're 5'2". You can't see the top of the fridge. Whatever. I go over. I get the 45s now. I'm going to let it win. I get the 45s. Keep in mind, I've done every rep up to this point, and I hit a cool little 20, and I finish it because I want him to know what I'm doing. I finish it, and I go, and I just do a little shimmy, like a little, I don't give a fuck. That weight is nothing to me. And then we know what's happening now. He gets up, he gets the 50s, and then he comes back. He hits another 20, and I'm like,
so what am I getting from this is you're having pretty much an intense show off between masculinity and let me guess, you lost.
brother, because I did it to myself is the thing. Because here's the thing. I saw him walk in. This is the beginning for him. He is just now starting up, and his girlfriend is over there giving him a plus 15% boost and whatnot.
The aura.
And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like,
Okay.
hey, I gotta end it fast because I know I don't have much left. So I go up F6. I go up. I get the 65s.
Oh, okay, bro. You're cooked.
Bro, I get the 65s. Hold up. I get them. I'm just. I get them up for 2 on the third one. I'm hitting this.
Them little shaking Bambies.
Bro, it was over. It was over. So,
well, long story short,
give out. I'm cooked.
Ego tried to pretty much challenge an anime character at the gym, figured out that anime characters always wins, and he's not up to par. Because let's be honest,
from me, dude.
All black anime characters are not that strong.
Side characters, man.
Yeah, it we're all side characters, bro. It just is what it is. But
except for dude for Soul Leader, he was cold.
You're right. He was kind of crazy. Actually, you kind of spitting on that one. But on to our first topics. We got a lot going on in competitive environment of Predecessor.
Yeah, we do.
Got a lot of events coming up. Some that you might know of, some that you might not know of. But, since I am pretty much Choice 2.0, we're going to have this amazing little transition here. And bam. So it's going to be a PCC Fall Series coming up later on. This is where everybody gets to try and take down F8 in NA and try and take down Team Immune in EU. Ego, I know you have a lot to say about this since the last PCC. There's a lot of people coming at you for your predictions and stuff. We'll get to that later. That's okay. But the Fall Series, man, are you excited?
Dude, I'm super excited. I am also just like Lance says, like a pred obsessor. Like anytime esports stuff comes up, I'm always excited to like just do it and hop into it. I think the storylines in the community are really, really good. So man, like the more the merrier for me personally.
I'm all about it, man. I feel like every time we don't get to see the comp scene kind of in action, we don't really have too much on the Predecessor scene. Not that it's like bad to have like just people streaming regular games, but like I want to see like the best of the best go at it, right? Like, yeah, you see some of the top players play ranked and stuff like that, but honestly, I don't think any of them take it seriously. They're just out there running around. I mean, I saw Mercy out here running around with Tank Feng Mao. I don't know, bro. It's all collapsing from the inside. So I like to see them
clip this.
You can clip this.
I saw him running around with what Global Oat Mortgage Jungle.
I don't know what's going on, bro. So I'd rather see them at their highest level. But at first to come out within the Fall Series is going to be Pantheon of the Pros. Something that is a little bit new to us because everything else seems fine, right? EU preliminaries, NA preliminaries, and then the finals weekend. But Pantheon of the Pros. The only thing I got told was it's like a Pro-Am. And that's all we know so far. It's like a Pro-Am. And that is the only sentence that we got to answer that question. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. I mean, do you have any kind of like speculation on what it really is going to entail?
I'm pretty sure we went to the same source because I also asked what is Pantheon of Pros, and then I got
the same line.
I got 2 words. I got Pro-Am, and then I went and then Googled Pro-Am, and that is okay. That Google is what I got for it. So I mean, we know who's in charge, right? We know that he's known to cook, so I'm assuming it's going to be something cool. Maybe it's like a most popular 10 pro players, and they pick teams or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely something that's a little bit different. I kind of like the aspect, though. Even like we said, we already know who's cooking up, so I kind of believe in the process. But when it comes down to the actual event itself, I'm kind of excited that they're able to kind of push themselves as like talking about a meta here, ladies and gentlemen. They're able to push themselves out a little bit more into the open, put a little bit more flex on the competitive scene. Hopefully, this is something good, something that we can see skyrocket. Pretty much to kind of help the competitive scene grow naturally, right? I mean, as PCC, I know you weren't here the entire time, but I wasn't here either, but talking about Lance, Choice, Jolster, they've been here since they got out the mud. A little bit more out of that. They're deep in the soil.
From what I was told, they were like Discord streaming different perspectives. And people had different settings. It got really nefarious back in the day, apparently. I'm happy I got brought into Predecessor when the boat had kind of settled a little bit.
I try not to use the analogy boat for our ancestors, but
that's fair. Listen, I'm a strong swimmer. But like I don't know, but like as it sits now, to like kind of build off of what you said, it feels like Pred is hitting a little bit of a stride to where like we have seen in the last 5 to 6 months nearing, if not $100,000 get put into Predecessor competitive, right? Like as far as prize pools, including like GAZOO, the last PCC, PCCX, and then also this one went past 100K at this point, right? Which is pretty big.
Especially for like a grassroots type of kind of tournament. Especially, I mean, we just recently got into that upper echelon of being the competitive premier competitive scene for Omega. So, I mean, like you said, a lot of money being thrown at it. And I mean, let's be real, right? I mean, I kind of feel like the growth that they're seeing kind of impacts with how the competitive nature of Pred is. I feel like if there's not comp Pred, there's not Pred. That makes sense, right? There's nothing to try and achieve as a casual gamer if there's no higher tier players that you're looking up to, seeing them making these outstanding plays, seeing how they're performing, and seeing how you can really play this game at a very high level. For some teams kind of make me question some kind of things, but for the most part, right?
I would even take it a step further and say that like Predecessor, not even like the esports community, and I say this with nothing but love in my heart, right? Like deep down to my soul and my abdomens, right? Because this community has been extraordinary to me, but some of y'all are some quick play freaks. This community as a whole is so competitive, bro. Like I will be at a quick play and like just like playing to like try to warm up and whatnot, and I'll like miss a CS, and the support is like, "Hey man, if you do that again, I'm gonna have to stop by your house. Just good luck though. Good luck. Love you.
By your house."
And I'm like, guys, it's my first Grim game. Let's take a step back. So I think that having a competitive viewing experience that is high quality, has a lot of stakes, and has some teams that are most definitely like veterans within the space is overall good for the community. All in all. Name drop, I swear I would do it. I'll look it up in my game history, man. I'll find them.
I think he's talking about when I said the teams. Yo, Dino, I appreciate the follow, but I think he's talking about like when I said there's a lot of teams that I don't think really reach that upper echelon of being the top competitors. But we'll get to that when we've trying to figure out our top teams later on. But it is what it is. We're not here to talk shit. We're just here to keep it real. And I think
I can feel them streaming this in the Discord. Like anything we say is liable to be clipped or memed.
Yeah, it's gonna be clipped or memed, and it's gonna be okay because I'll just pull the race card. It is what it is.
Yeah, bro.
It's too easy. It's too free. It's too free.
Trap card.
But yeah, man, I'm really excited about the fall series. I feel like the summer series was a great start towards what Amado was trying to do. I think it was a very big step. Offering 20K right off the bat was a little bit surprising to me. A lot of people said there's something like they expected, and I was like, I didn't expect that at all. Especially because Robbie just bought another yacht, so apparently he has some extra money to spend.
Fourth one is crazy too.
On the competitive series. So we're kind of excited. Thank you, Robbie, for that. Appreciate you with being able to give that up.
The fleet
of the yachts, bro, just constantly there, man. But I mean, we also got some other stuff. But before we get off the fall series for PCC, make sure you guys check it out. The dates are up there. September 7th is when we're going to see Pantheon of the Pros. Hopefully, you guys get to see some H2 on that. We don't know too much about that yet, but you'll definitely be able to see us on the EUNA preliminaries and the finals weekend. Definitely the GOATs. But you guys get to see all your favorite casters as well, some of your favorite talents. I know my boy Lance would be there as well.
Did you sneak in after the intro? We're definitely the GOATs, and then go on to it. So okay, I love that for us. I love that for us.
It's all about keeping it top tier. But we have something else coming up for you guys, and that's going to be something more recent than what is coming out for the fall series. The next thing that we're gonna have is going to be GAZOO's kind of invitational. I feel like it's not an official Omega sponsored event. Omega's helping out a little bit here and there. Some of your boys from PCC is going to be there as well.
I'm excited. Okay, I'm excited in 3 facets, right? Because like I know some players that I'll be casting for are actually fans of us, right? So like I also people can see in person what it looks like when these players play, but also what it looks like when we cast. Because like a lot of people don't see when we're like during the game, I'm like standing up like with one leg on my desk, like leaned and locked.
That hand hold on, I'm gonna stop you. That hand gesture, don't do that again, bro. They're gonna clip it and they're gonna ship
I'm
it, bro.
leaned and locked in. It gets pretty nefarious, but like I'm also secondarily super excited because I actually get the opportunity to do some hosting now. I got to talk to Choice about that, so I don't think this is a spoiler. I think I could talk about like me doing some of the hosting stuff. So,
yeah, I think that's fun. Yeah.
I'll be doing the opener for the GAZOO LAN Invitational, and possibly this is not confirmed. If we do end up doing a thing where we're like able to introduce players and like teams and stuff, I'll also be doing that. So I've been trying to like just hang out with the players more, sitting on more scrims. So like and this is gonna feel like global glaze, right? Like a little bit of that Krispy Kreme action.
Don't do too much of that on here, bro.
I won't, man. I won't, especially with this motion appearing so frequently, But like, I really am excited to make these players try and feel like superstars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I mean, they've earned it, right? I mean, a lot of these players, like, they've been on this grind before PCC was a big thing, right? They've been on the grinds, playing through a lot of different tournaments, right? They've been committed to the predecessor, even with the good, the bad. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there's been some bad times, but there's also been a lot of good times. So I mean, there's a lot to say, and like I feel like they deserve it to be able to shine, right? Especially when you're thinking about how much they've committed towards the competitive scene, right? There's like a difference between like, okay, yeah, like we've committed when it comes towards like producing performance for them, but it's like a 50-50 kind of relationship with the players. You kind of need the players, you need the teams to be able to even produce anything. So it's really that time and opportunity to kind of showcase them, seeing what they're all about, especially being able to put a face towards the name or towards the voice if you're Soul Reaper. I still think he's bald, but I'm excited to see if he does have a full luscious of hair. And we'll see.
I thought he looked like Mitchell Mutso for the longest time.
I mean, I can kind of see it. I mean,
like
actually, that's kind of spitting.
I Mitchell can confirm. Mutso? I've seen like, so I know what he looks like.
You've seen Soul?
I've seen Soul. So I know what he looks like, but for the longest time, brethren, I thought mentally, like you know that old Disney Channel movie, like Two Kings or whatever it was called. I thought he looked like Mitchell Musso from that. Like I imagine like slender face, like long brown hair, and like that Disney Channel smile. Like welcome to like that. He does not look like that. But the face reveal is going to be good for the people, man. The face reveal is going to be good for the people.
I'm excited about it, man. One of the big things I'm excited to see is how tall people are. Because a lot of people are talking a lot of smack online. A lot of them are only like 5'1". I personally, I'm not being 5'1" coming into somebody talking crap. That's all I'm saying. I could never. I could never. Hey, listen,
I can ride all the rides at the amusement parks. Wagwan, man.
True, exactly.
I live on top of the fridge.
You don't have to say the 6'2", it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, GAZOO's LAN, man. I mean, it's going to be on August 16th and 17th. The address is up there. If you guys can't read, it's a skill issue, or you're from Florida like me, where they don't teach you how to read just as well as everybody else. But you already see the 10 teams that are going to show up. I mean, we got Team Immune. You guys know that if you guys are EU fan base. The Frenchies, majority.
My king.
He's Italian, but it's all right. Mach 10, we got coming out of there. Mind the Gap. Sin, Flow State, the previous champions of NA Series, Mythic, Profs, Primal, Rogue, and Hive. A lot of big names showing out for this invitational. It is $35,000, so I mean, I'm showing up anywhere for a chance to win $35,000. But not just that, but I mean, this is like really the chance to really settle that debate between NA and EU, right? There's a lot of talk, right? Who's better, NA, EU? We all know it's NA. But this is the chance to really prove that. Do you think we're really going to see something exceptional? We're going to see any kind of like big upsets coming in from GAZOO's Invitational, or you think we're going to see what's like kind of expected throughout the community?
This is gonna sound like really lame, right? This is gonna sound like super underwhelming.
Well, don't say that. If it sounds like
I'm good. It's an underwhelming take, but I think like good teams win, great teams win, good teams get a chance, bad teams lose, right? And that's kind of how I
write that down.
That's how I kind of treat the dichotomy of competitive scenes, right? Because they're consistent, right? And I think that one thing that does change the kind of factor of it is the hot hand. And this is something people tried to cook me about before. But like,
oh God, I'll put you in your soapbox.
At a point,
Go ahead, bro.
I'm not gonna pop off yet. I'm gonna hold it in until there's an obvious reason for me to lose it. But I never forgot it once. But I thought F8 for a while was a good team, and they, as a good team, had the opportunity to win. I do think with some of the additions they made, Mercy especially, Game Day Greg, that's my boy. I think sincerely they have propelled themselves to being a great team, even if it is in this moment, right? Like we watch football and we know that like Tom Brady won several Super Bowls and then he didn't win one for 10 years. And then he started winning several more Super Bowls, right? That doesn't mean during this frontal period, he wasn't a great team. And I think F8, I think Flow State is in their kind of early great team era. And maybe they do kind of dwindle off, but like, I think the biggest possible upset I'm anticipating, like within the first like round of games, is maybe Hive beats Rogue in their first game. Maybe there's a chance. Or Rogue gets an upset.
Hive beats Rogue?
I said in the first round. I said there is a chance. I said there is a chance. So here's the. We got to sit in on some Hive scrims, right? Nugs is. It's like if you took Mercy and you cloned Mercy, like in my perspective, this is going to get clipped and it's going to be vile.
Look,
Mercy is like the.
Before you say this,
okay.
before you say this,
I want you
to really think about what you're about to say. Okay, I want you to break it down in your head before you process this. Because if you get clipped, I can't do anything about it. But I just want you to know
that. Okay. I think I have it. Mercy might as well. God damn. I mean this in like the best way because he does it so well. Mercy might as well be a laner with how much time he spends ganking people. Like it is unironically off cooldown. Like I have seen Mercy more in mid than I've seen him at 5 camps. And that helps his team like at points get like an early lead. They get like a little bit of aggro, then they play off it into an invade, and they just use it really well, right? Like him and Simba play off it really well. And I've seen Nugs trying to do a lot of the same within some of the scrims that I've got to like watch them in recently because I haven't been watching Hive for the longest time. So when I say like Nugs is like Mercy, I mean in that way to where he is always ganking in lane, from what I can see. Like he's constantly ganking in lane. And I know that Fox is a really good mid laner, but sometimes he can overextend. Sometimes he can check. I've been casting for Fox before Pred, and if they're able to like maybe build off of that, I could see them possibly at the very least snatching a game. Like I think that set is going to 3. Regardless, I do think Rogue has like a definitive edge in it, but you know, I think it would be possible. I think it would be possible that Hive does get an upset on Rogue in that first round, which would be nuts because then their tournament standing would, I think that gets them into not semifinals, but that puts them immediately into quarters. Would be insane, man.
I mean, you're kind of spitting, and I'm going to allow you to do that. You know, I mean, you're my boy. I'm going to let you say whatever you want to say. This is America. Freedom of speech is a thing. But I don't agree with you at all. I feel like Rogue just gaps Hive. And it's not based off of like a hate form, right? It's more of like the experience coming out of the team of Team Rogue. I mean, when you talk about the good old Wangle Dangler over there, you know, my man's been swapping roles. He's in the support role. they got Fox, like you said. I feel like Fox is a very good player. I mean, you are correct. That man overextends a lot. The man needs to be put on a leash. But at times, I feel like that works into their favor, especially if he's on a strong pick. But that's why we talk about it, right? It's like that's why it's going to be a big kind of game, kind of be a big upset if that's a thing, right? So I mean, it's kind of very exciting about it. I mean, we can also just look at the image of like what the matchups are going to be like. I mean, we can make this bigger for you guys if you guys want, but essentially when they're going in there, I mean, it's going to be pretty decent. I feel like that's going to be one of the big matches, especially when you think about it. But I mean, for me, I think it's going to be Sin versus Mach 10, right? Yeah, make it larger or red.
I think like this is, I could be mishearing and misunderstanding some of the things, but I think like I've heard from like Bartle or like Lake or like other, not from them specifically, but like in the vicinity, that apparently everyone just thinks Sin is going to win. Like apparently Sin is very up there in the favorites to like, you know, just kind of do it all.
True.
My personal EU pick is going to be Immune, but that's also because my last name is Conte. So like anywhere that he's going to be, I'm going to be like standing behind, you know? Like if Conte has no more fans, I have died. And it's only now.
You're that copy. That's fine.
Oh,
I mean, we'll definitely get into like who we think is going to be the top teams and whatnot. But before we head into kind of the next topic up here and who we kind of like surround a little bit more about the comp scene, I just kind of want to shout out there. The Fangbooth is going to be looking like they're making an announcement pretty soon for you EU guys out there in the competitive scene. If you guys are coming out of EU, make sure you guys check that out and join that Discord. If you guys want to get yourselves a little bit of your feet wet inside the EU scene of comp pred, it's definitely going to be another chance for you to shine before you even trying to get to PCC. Where do you guys stand? But yeah, I mean, like you were talking about, we're talking about the top teams here that we think are going to come out, right? So I'm going to pose this question here. This is going to be kind of our next kind of like topic section, right? You guys are seeing the kind of bracket for LAN here. Like this is the next upcoming kind of tournament to showcase competitive pred. And I feel like it's going to be the best one due to the fact of there's no debate about ping. There's just all out, just brawl, right? So there's no difference in between that. NA versus EU. Obviously, we still have NA teams, EU teams, but who do you think, not what everybody's been saying, but who do you think is going to be the top 2 to 3 teams inside GAZOO's Invitational?
Oh, top 3 teams inside GAZOO's Invitational. Go. So it's kind of hard. Just because, you know, I try to be a nice guy, you know, and I don't want people to tell me not to come to watch scrims anymore. But I think Mythic, Flow State. I know people are going to disagree with me saying Flow State, but Wagwan, like I said, hot hand. I think Mythic, Flow State, partially because of who we are seeing Mythic play within the first round. No disrespect. Profs are a better team than most. But I feel like a lot of the time I've been watching them recently, I've just been watching them struggle. And I would like to see them kind of come into being a little bit more. But as it sits now, I haven't seen it yet. So I think Mythic kind of speed runs that a little bit. I think Flow State is just playing so unbelievably well right now. And for the third team, I'm on like a two-way split between, and this is not a ranking, by the way. These are just 3 teams like occupying the spots. I'm on a split between Mach 10 and Immune. I'm on a split between Mach 10 and Immune. Just because, like, even if he's trolled me at times, I think Bartledew is really good in sitting in on some of their scrims over like the last year. He's really good at like consolidating his teams when things can kind of get a little bit messy if he's not tilted out of his brain. But yeah, man, I'm gonna cheat and say 4 teams out of the 10. I would say no. You can't make me make this decision.
That's already your 3, bro. That's already your 3.
I'm gonna say Immune because I'm a Conte sub and it's not whatever based in logic.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
So
now I'm gonna need you to drop your 3, bro. Because if I'm getting exposed, both of our tapes are going up. Nah, because I'm not going down solo. I'm an ankle grabber.
You're not grabbing my ankles, but okay. But yeah, I'll give you my top 3. I mean, I'm not gonna shy away from it. I mean, I think it's gonna be Team Immune and Team Sin are my top two. I think the EU scene just plays a little bit more methodically than the NA scene. I'm not saying they play better. I like their methodical playing around it all. I think they can really break down the NA scene based off how hyper aggressive NA scene is. And I think that's how it's going to be. And then when it comes down to my third team, like you said, it's not really in an order. I just kind of think the third team is going to be Mop 10. The reason I believe it's going to be Mop 10, and it's really close between Mop 10 and Mythic, because for me, Mop 10, their issue in their dual lane to me is very fucking chaotic. And I mean that in the most respectful way. I just feel like they need to be a little bit more on the same page. On Team Mythic, when it comes down to playstyle as well, I feel like if they don't have an aggressive kind of like playstyle, being able to look for, like if they don't play aggressive, they don't win at all. They need to like keep putting themselves on there. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, why is F8 not up there? Honestly, because I want the storyline to go completely bananas, and I want Mercy to be on his absolute finest gameplay, and I want him to understand I'm absolutely doubting him and what he can do inside of GAZOO's Invitational. Because to me, I don't think he's one of the top junglers. I feel like his entire team plays out of their minds and they follow him. But I've also seen Mercy go 0-8 whenever he goes too aggressive, but his team doesn't follow up. So that's my take on that.
Oh shit! I know. Okay, wait. Pause. I know. At the beginning of the show, you were like, "Yo, we're not pulling any punches. We're doubling down." And like, I was like, I expected that to be like, "Hey, if we hit someone, we're just gonna keep driving. We're not gonna look back." But you just hit Mercy, and then you looked back, and you're like, "And I don't believe in you." Bow, hit him again, and then you looked at him still up, and he's trying to get up, and he's like, "I think they're gonna break you down." Bow, get him one more time. Oh, dude, I love it here.
It's not a shot at him. I mean, this is just how I see his play style. I mean, the stats in the game speak for themselves. But I think if F8 continues to how they played in PCC Summer Series, I think they have it because their coordination was up. I mean, I didn't believe in it, but they said, yeah, whatever, Steve, and they kind of just showed out, right?
Oh, man. I wonder if there was anyone who really believed in it. Like, I don't know. I feel like there was somebody whose name begins with the E, possibly ended with an O, who like called it from the rip and then got roasted by 7 pro players when he did say it. But you know,
what did you say?
I don't know. I let's say I didn't say anything, right? Let's say anything. But hypothetically, at a point in time, there was a question posed of who are like some of the best teams, and let's say this mysterious person, let's call him Ego, like the waffle, was like, "Yo, Flow State, Hot Hand, they've kind of been smoking people." And then he got people put on his dome about like, yeah, lucky, yeah. And I'm like, damn, that's a lucky 32 kills they dropped. Could be me, but like, I don't know. Could be in my head. But since we are talking about like flow state, can we? I know this is like a little off topic, not off topic, but off person. Can we legit talk about Maguli? Can we talk about Maguli a little bit? Because, dude, he gives me the same feeling like anytime he walks into a team fight. Maguli gives me the same feeling I get when Lobber rotates.
There's no shot you just said that in the same fucking sentence.
Dude, it's like it's like you're watching the bomb in the air and you know at some point it's going to hit. And maybe that's all carry Rangers, ADCs, whatever in general. But like within that summer series, man, Maguli was cooking folks, man.
No, bro. Maguli got to free cast. Meanwhile, there's nobody touching him, bro. My man was on Rev who 4-shot everybody with an insane.
I didn't even take 4 shots.
I know, because did you not realize what that patch was?
I know. I know.
Okay, that patch was like, hey, Rev gets to play game and just 4-shot everybody. I mean, I don't know, bro. I feel like the patch was in their favor going into a summer series, but that's a hot take. Not really. It's just the real take. But I mean, when you think about it, think about any ADC And I feel like any ADC will tell you this. If they're able to free cast and not have to worry about somebody in the back line, they're the goats at all times. You're going to see them mop up anybody. I mean, you could throw anybody at ADC, and if they're able to just free cast, especially when you consider Vank being an item in the game, they just they just poke somebody down enough, especially when they're low, and they're able to pick up that kill.
Vank has a seizure. It's in the game.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. I mean, ADCs and Vank are like literally like the yin and yang of that duo lane, right? I mean, they just go so well together, and I mean, especially when you talk about not being able to put pressure on the back line. If ADC free cast, it's GG's for them. It's that the only role that could just be able to free cast and just be okay, it's going to be the ADC role. And that's just point blank. If you take out the ADC, 9 times out of 10, you win the entire team.
Okay, yeah, I do agree to a degree, but we've also seen in some circumstances, like, I'm not going to name teams, but we have seen teams with pretty solid front line to be able to peel and ADCs not get the job done too, right? So I think, like, I'm not saying we got to buy them the flower shop, but I am saying that I kind of felt like Maguli was cooking up, and then we were kind of like, he's on Rev, and then he wasn't on Rev, and they still were winning. And it's like, well, is it Rev? Is it his team? Or like, how many steps down do we have to go before we go, okay, he's just giving people the treatment, right? Like the E for everybody backshot deluxe package, just being Amazon shipped today.
That duo lane was won by Peak, bro. I don't care what nobody says.
That's true. Peak was going crazy. He got the MVP. Yeah.
If you're going to talk about a duo lane, if you're going to talk about FA's duo lane, you're going to just put Peak in there. Peak literally carried them throughout that entire final series. Without Peak, they lose that entire series 0-3. You can clip it, you can ship it, and I'll tell you right now, without Peak, FA crumbles.
I like a part of me who's like used to casting with you. It's like we gotta be on the same page. But I think man, like, listen, I don't know, man. I don't know. No, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Peak was Michael B. Jordan, Sydney Sweeney, hot boy, scorching people in duo lane. Like, Peak was going crazy.
It wasn't even just a duo lane. It was the overall gameplay. My man set up everything for
scorching everybody, but it started in duo lane, right? Because he was out of the support, and like they were just winning a lot. But like, I think there was such good contributions. Like, I think the comments are kind of cooking. Like, Game Day Greg, he came up to play. He played a lot more restrained than we've seen him play in the past, and he just made very, very smart calls. Simba made some insane play. I mean, we casted it. There's a point where Simba was, I think, was sub 50 HP, 2v1 to the mid. They're trying to play space up. Mercy comes over, gets a CC on one, and from running, Simba 180s, blinks, seismic, void, neural disruptor, and then with sub 100 HP, he's yachting them down like the most violent police brutality. And this is coming out of Minnesota, man. Like, I think everyone had some really solid individual performances. I do think by far, like, obviously he got the MVP, obviously. I think Peak was showing out, but I don't think if you take Peak away, the team becomes, I'm not going to name actually a bad team. That would have been disrespectful. They don't become a team that doesn't make it into Swiss. You know, they are still.
No, of course not. They're still a good team.
I think if you took Peak out and you put in Bartledew, that team would still probably be in the finals.
I feel like you're questioning yourself there, but
I'd say they at least.
What do you have against Bartledew, bro?
Nothing.
I feel like Bartledew's a go.
Whoa! Pause. Nothing at all. I just said Peak had a historic run. Bartledew in that case, that was a walk-off thing.
That's okay. That's okay. But I mean, I think our top 3 teams are pretty similarly close. I feel like there's a top. In all reality, I think there's a top 6. And I feel like with the top 6 teams, anywhere could go. It comes down to game day, and if you prove yourself. I think a lot of these teams. What's up?
On record, Sin is my 4th. Just throwing that out there for the EU.
Sin's your 4th?
Getting alive. Sin is probably my 4th. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I think there's 6 teams. I mean, we could both probably name the top 6 teams going in here, but I mean, there's 6 teams. And those 6 teams, if they show up on game day, it's going to be a very interesting matchup because it's going to come down to very minute mistakes. And I think a lot of times, a lot of these teams, man, looking back at the summer series, I feel like everybody that lost just drafted away what they wanted to play. I feel like it wasn't lost based off mechanics. I feel like it wasn't lost based off of the decision making. It's just they didn't draft correctly, right? I feel like that was the biggest thing heading towards it. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for all these teams heading into the finals or heading into GAZOO's Invitational here, is how to be able to draft. And I think the biggest shakeup about that is it's going to be with EU coming over towards NA to play against these NA teams. And NA hasn't really showed a little bit too much face over onto the EU side of things. So they might kind of know a little bit about them, but I really want to see if they really have it on lock on these EU teams, if they know how to draft around them and how to draft for themselves to be able to fight into them. I think that's going to be the biggest thing coming out of this invitational.
It kind of sucks, like personally for me, because like I'm in like a love triangle with myself, right? Like on one hand, I want to see Conte do well because as we've already established,
all right, bro, get off Conte.
Let me put up the crown on my king real quick. But on the other hand, I also want to see EU get their pack rolled, stuffed, lit, and then smoked in a circle with Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg, so I know it won't last long. Like I want it to just be the most
100%
vile violation of all time. That way I can turn around for no reason or no disheartenment against them, but that way I can hit a quick 90 degrees to my boys TJ and Tang, and be like, yeah, you were talking crazy.
That's my ideal outcome, is for NA to put both of these EU teams on the back foot and just not even let them get to like the quarterfinals, bro. But in all reality, we have to be honest. Like I said, we talk real here. Team Immune and Team Sin is not a joke, and I think they're going to have to be their big game. But at the end of the day, if NA doesn't win, I don't want any of them to ever type to me again. And I just want them to know that they can no longer talk about EU. And that's just the realest thing. Because I'm over here rooting for NA, and then we come to a LAN with no ping issues. I don't want to hear anything. Get it done. Bring the freaking championship back to NA so we don't have to hear this EU talk anymore. And
also, if they win, we have to delete this. Like, I know this is your podcast and whatnot. If they win, this episode's going down. I'm going to the internet and I'm bribing people to get rid of clips.
Bro, if EU takes it home, bro, I'm just might have to consider not casting anymore.
The towel is up.
I don't know, bro. Like, cause what am I supposed to say, bro? I'm the guy with the American flag and American bandana. Like, what am I supposed to do at that point, bro? That's like if we lost World War II. Like, I can't say anything until World War III. You know,
I have to fold up the undefeated America shirt. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
so
if NA does win in a convincing fashion, I am bringing in their next PCC appearance as we are going to see Mach 10 today lining up against NA's little brother. Sin. I would never actually do that, but like the energy is going to most definitely be there. But the energy is going to be there, but at the same time,
in my heart, I'm just going to be sad. You know, just completely sad if we're not able to keep this one in NA and being that. I mean, but I definitely think it's going to be close, man. I've like you said, we've watched these team scrims. We've watched them throughout a long time now, even in like just from my time, your time casting together. We've seen these teams go through a lot of different changes. We've seen these teams grow. We've seen these teams get to like just different kind of level each tournament to where they're just playing absolutely amazing. And that's why I really think it's just really the draft where a lot of these teams just mess up. And I really just want to see them be able to take care of that. But I mean,
I feel like I think like they have as a whole, like the esports as a whole has got a little bit better at it from like what we've been able to see in scrims and stuff. People are like playing to their strengths, even if some of those things get taken away, right? Like we have seen Mercy get 3 target bans and he still somehow finds an aggressive pick that lets him still be the miraculous 4th laner, right? I think that like,
I mean, I think we had a counter for how many times he ganked mid lane. Okay, I'm gonna throw this out there. Mercy, I don't know if Simba's begging or you're doing this on your own, but it looks like Simba's begging the way you gank mid lane, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I've said in the scrims, let me tell you, He's not, bro. It's all Mercy is in the jungle. He's like, hey, I'm clearing my 2, I'm coming mid. Then he crosses the river, my feet are wet, I'm coming mid. I'm like, bro, he's like,
Bro,
hey,
we saw that in the finals, bro. My man does not change, bro. My man's like, bro, I'm coming mid at every single rotation. I'm like, bro, let the mid laners play, bro, please.
I'd be so fed up because, like, dude gets your blink and then you watch him start building a picket fence because he's about to start living in your lane, man. That's the last minion you get. It's egregious, man.
You might as well get the support towards your fog walls for you because you know he's there. I mean, once your blink is down, my man is on your ass like fucking white on rice, bro. It's actually crazy, bro.
Have you seen the like Marvel Rivals memes where it shows like Magic or like Black Panther like watching you from like a corner and stuff, bro? That's Mercy. Like he forces your blink, you reset, and then you're leaving your tier 2, and you see him behind the first fog wall between towers, and you just see the Zara snows picking out, and it just slides away. He's like, dude, it's a horror movie, man.
It is really crazy out there. But I mean, we talked about the top teams. We talked a little bit about like what we expect from these teams and what we want, but also what's real about this tournament, right? There's also been some shakeup, right, between the rosters. So that's also like really something big to kind of bring into. Like, for instance, the reason for me is Mythic, they got rid of Lauber, and not they didn't get rid of Lauber. The Lauber can't make it, and they're subbing in Tekken, right? And I think these two are probably the top 3 offlaners, top 4. Some people will say you can put them in whatever numbers you want. Personally, I think Tekken is definitely a top 3 offlaner inside this game. And I feel like they are bringing in still a top offlaner.
Can I get your top 3 real quick?
My top 3?
Yeah, just real quick. Just rip it, and then we're immediately going to move on. Not even going to address it.
Just rip it? Okay. Yeah. My top 3 offlaners, number 1 is going to be Bondred. Number 2 is going to be Lauber. And number 3 is going to be Tekken Kid.
Okay.
And you can say what all you want, but all of you guys get smoked. That's all I'm saying. Without your junglers there, you guys lose that matchup. That's all I'm saying. No,
it's so funny how fast we result of.
I haven't seen M play enough. I can't put M in there if I haven't seen him play enough, and I don't want to spew lies on where I think somebody is if I haven't. BKB doesn't win without Mercy.
So here's the thing: is like BKB would be in my top 3.
Bro, he plays the same 3 offlaners every game. If you put him,
win.
Bro, my judgment on top players is if you put them on any character inside their main role, will they do good? If they are able to do that, then you are a top player. If you cannot and somebody can ban you out of your lane, you're not the top. And that is gonna be honest, something probably hard to swallow, but it is what it is.
Okay, all right. We said we weren't going to address it, and then we immediately addressed it. Let's back on the train. We're back on the train. That's fine.
All right,
we're here.
I mean, I could always explain my takes. You can agree with them or not. That's up to you. But
here's the thing: I agree with your first 2. In Tekken, mentally, also preface: I'm a play-by-play. I'm paying most attention to mid laners, junglers because they provide me with the most content, right? A lot of times in solo lane, like it's like tank hit tank leaves, tank burns blink, and I'm like, I can't make that sound interesting unless it's like Lauber, because then I can go like all Swedish warrior with it, right? But like, I don't know, with the flexes like Countess and like, you know, Yuri into the solo,
bro,
that kind of works too.
I'm telling anybody here, just go watch Tekken play offlane, bro. My man is so methodical into that lane that it is unreal. I mean, like I said, some people were saying M. I don't have enough information on M to be like, he is a top offlane. I really don't. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, M is not good. M is the GOAT. But I have not seen M play a lot. So I'm not going to throw him in there if I don't have an actual consensus on his play style. But when it comes down to Tekken Kid, I think he's probably the number 1 methodical offlaner. When it comes down to it, if you just put an offlaner versus an offlaner in that lane, he will come out winning that. I'm going to be, all right, let's not go overboard here, Steve. 9 out of 10 times he wins that lane.
Like I said, I don't watch offlaners that much, but as far as dynamic offlaners, I think BKB is pretty dynamic. Like
Bro,
I think
unless
of
I see him play somebody that is not his top characters, bro, I can't.
I think I've seen him just do a lot of playmaking personally. Like I think that's what I like about him. I don't know genuinely where I should be ranking him like skill wise, but I just think he's like very dynamic. I think he makes a lot of really good plays. But I am going to dislodge myself from his nuts real quick.
Yeah,
My bad. Thought you were
that's good.
Conte for a second. We're gonna reset.
That's all good. But yeah, the roster change-ups. You know, we talked about Titan Kid subbing in for Lobber. And then, I mean, we kind of have the biggest one is MTG. I feel like MTG just said, we lost the summer series. Let's just go grab a bunch of goats and just like throw them on our team. I feel like they're the team with the biggest come up going in towards this land. They picked up, they took Kofi from Professors. We'll talk about Professors in a second. They also got Chicken, the #1 controller player in the world. They also got Vecron and Pablo with the sticks. So, I mean, this team actually now starts to look dangerous, especially when you consider Nitro as well being onto that team. I feel like this is the team a lot of people are going to be underestimating. They're like MTG, we haven't seen them in the top 4 a lot. We haven't really seen them really be on that competitive edge. But now when you look at this roster, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Okay. Can we bring up the matchings first again real quick? Can we go to that overlay one more? Like let me enhance on this.
Enhance.
Who's let me double check and see who is MTG's first matchup. Mind the Gap versus Primal. Okay. Ah man, like I'm very big on tempo and like team building, right? I'm very big on like playing with the same people. You learn those people, you know, and you develop with them, and then the wins will come, right? That's kind of my mindset on it. Yikes, man. Like, I'm looking at a lot of talent on one team, but I'm not sure how capable it is. Emphasis on not sure, not knowing, not making a presumption that you won't win a single game. That is not what's happening. But I'm not sure how quickly and conducive it'll be to just turning it into wins when you have teams that with players that have literally been playing together for upwards of like 8-10 months at this point, right? And like, don't get me wrong, like Vecron, I've been casting for like a before Predecessor.
That dead game.
Yep. Oh shit. Lock it in. Okay. I didn't even say its name. It's like Vecron, like I've seen like just make some insane, like crazy plays and like be nuts. And like Chicken is so good. He had a controversy about his like flick speed on controller, and then he like got a camera.
That was Juju's. That wasn't
wrong one.
But you're right.
Demon controller player, right? Pinzo, I like Shades on the inside of the house. I mean, plus 15 to the ore, I guess. King Kofi, Nitro, Pablo, all of these are great players. It's weird because I do doubt them a little bit as a team, just a little bit, just a smidge. But I also have the least to say about why, you know? Like, I just do doubt them. And maybe they'll prove me wrong. I hope they do.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Like, people are doubting them. That's why I feel like they're one of the biggest underdogs coming into this GAZOO Invitationals, because we haven't seen them break that line yet, right? They haven't crossed that line of like, damn, MTG has a possibility of breaking this, right? For a longest time, I think Professors was one of that teams. They're like, damn, they might be able to do this. And I think after a couple PCCs of them not being able to show out just quite yet, they haven't been able to prove to us that like, okay, are you guys still that same team being able to beat a lot of these top teams? And they haven't done it recently. So like, now we're starting to see that drawback. Meanwhile, MTG, they're on the up and coming. We've seen them get better throughout every PCC. They're the ones that are pushing closer towards passing that line. And I think that's something that people to look out for. You guys might say I'm wrong, but I think Pinzo's definitely a top 4, top 5 mid laner. I think he goes toe to toe with a lot. And it is what it is. Cry about it. Say whatever you want about it. But it is the truth coming in from somebody that just studies film, and that's their job. So it is what it is.
Scorch them. Yeah, like I think Pinto's a really solid mid laner. I think like he's very capable of making dynamic plays. I've got to sit on some of the scrims. His play calling is actually pretty fucking solid. and his teammates, like when I've seen them play, kind of take it at that like point and just, they normally get some degree of value out of it. But
Okay.
I mean, like broken record kind of in a way. Like I just don't know as much about this team, although I know a fair amount about the players individually.
Right. You don't know how you're not comfortable yet with how they play together to really say something. I mean, that's totally fine, right? Because this
They're
is
just names on paper to me right now.
yeah, this is definitely still a grassroots competition to where like a lot of players are swapping teams all the time. We've seen it time and time again. But I mean, that's enough for MTG. I think last thing for MTG, I think them picking up Kofi is probably their biggest gain. I feel like Kofi's a top jungler. I'm still a little bit skeptical on his decision making when it comes to macro, but his mechanics are insane, right? From my place perspective, I think his mechanics are insane, but he still has a little bit of trouble coming in with the macro towards Predecessor. And if he kind of fixes that going into the LAN, he's gotten better throughout each tournament he's played since Overprime, that day game we were talking about before.
Holy
and
shit.
he's been able to keep proving himself throughout these tourneys. And I can't fuck Steve, get your words together. I kind of can't wait to see how he's able to push himself towards this LAN environment, especially when you're kind of in there, kind of 10 feet away from the other players, being able to talk your shit and kind of getting locked in. So I think that's going to be the biggest kind of upgrade for MTG to be able to clarify that role, because I think the jungle role is probably the most important role in the game. And I think that's going to be allowing for MTG to make the biggest impact. I'm really kind of excited about that.
Once again, this was not on the itinerary. Do you think we're going to have any pop-offs at LAN? Do you think we're going to have any like people standing up over the thing and being like, yo, like just some of the wildest trash talk?
The wildest trash talk? Oh yeah, we're going to see all the trash talk. I mean, I'm going to trash talk when I'm not cast. Actually, I'm going to be trash talking when I cast. I mean, if you make a bad play, I might call it out. I'm going to call it out professionally though, because I'm going to be like, man, that was not the greatest play that you should be able to make there, but they still have a chance to come back. If you hear that line, just know you're oinking around the map playing your play style.
Real quick, because I do have these here and I never ended up using them. And I am gonna name drop. I am praying that, consider this like a little evening of the scales about my peak Bartle comments.
Okay.
I am praying we get a Bartle pop off, because dude has some of the funniest trash talk I've ever read in my days.
Yo, Bartle dude is low-key the funniest, one of the funniest dudes I've ever met, bro.
So there was a point previously during PPL where I was like, hey, we're gonna do a reel where if you guys win, we're gonna play a clip if you trash talk to the other team. It's gonna be sick. Get the blood flowing. And so I went to Bartle dude. I was like, hey, if you have any quotes you would like to have publicized, trash talking other teams or players. By the way, I asked and I prefaced that this would be publicized. So I don't feel bad at all about quoting these because they're amazing, by the way. Then like send them to me and we'll put them in a little thing, right? And we'll put them on like the little text box. And he's like, oh, dude, I bet you. What are the quotes? Toasty could never. Simple, clean, here we are yet again. Toasty catch another stray. It's nice to see Jay spending quality time with his son, Blub. And it's so nice seeing him spending quality time with his son, Crazy Fool. I need this type of banter on the stage at LAN, man.
I mean, if it's Bartle dude you're talking about, there's 100% chance he's going to talk his shit. I feel like he's definitely up there to being that person to do it. And I feel it's going to me, the top two people that are going to talk the most shit is going to be Bartle dude and Mercy.
Mercy's going to go crazy.
It's going to be Bartle dude and Mercy. I mean,
he's going to snatch the mic and drop a mixtape.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that fucking mistake, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. We don't want to hear that. He could play jungle pretty well. The rapping game is definitely not it. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna get back on the topic here. Professors, they went through probably the most drama we've seen in competitive nature. We're not gonna get too deep. Maybe we will. We don't know. But they switched from Kofi to pick up Elion. He's a Smite gamer. I wouldn't say pro, but I would say he at least played in a competitive scene. And they swapped from Elion to Creed because of some disagreements. I don't know the full story. So we'll see how that goes, see when that comes out. But they pick up Creed. And Creed is like one of those players that I haven't seen much from yet. I don't know if you know this player.
I know. It is odd that Creed is one of the players I know the best. Once
Hey, yo,
again,
what the hell?
go ahead and say it. Dead game. I know him from the past, right? He was one of the pseudo like stars on Radis Maximus. Well, he was the star of Radis Maximus, but like he was very well known for split pushing and just winning games. Like he would at a certain point of the game, you would notice you're taking a 4v5, and you would look and your core would be under attack. And he'd be like, Creed is ratting. Radis Maximus Creed is ratting, you know? I in Predecessor haven't seen a lot from him. I didn't see a ton in previous iterations, but he's mechanically a very solid player. And I think like with good play calling, he can be conducive to a winning team. It's just that professors haven't been doing a lot of winning. So I don't know how that really, like a negative to a negative, if you get what I mean.
What do you mean by that?
Oh my god, bro. So here's the thing. I like Crazy. I like Soul. I like everyone on this team, right? I enjoy all of them. I think they're great people. I root for it. It feels like being a Browns fan in a way in football.
Yo, Lance, Lance, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Lance.
Look in. It's just the best analogy we could get right now. It's like you want them to win and you want them to do well, and then it's like it's like something happens, right? And like PPL, there was the crash. It's like, dang. And then like in PCC, there was the orb fight. And it's like, dang. And then it's like, in yesterday's scrims, it's like, okay, things are going pretty well. And then there's the orb fight. And it's like, and it's just like, it's like rooting for a product is damaged and very like fragile, but you want it to do its thing. Like it's like it's like, bro, stop laughing because I'm getting nervous. But it's like having a favorite player, but they're coming back from an ACL rip, so they're not pulling up from as far, and you're worried they're gonna break. Like I want the professors to do well because they were one of my favorite teams when I first came over into Pred. They just have been struggling, and I want to see them. I want to see them get their get back. I do. Oh,
right.
That's so good. I'm never gonna get to a scrim again. It's over for me, man. Dude, it's man. You left me out there for so long, man. The anxiety started to set in. You were supposed to save me.
My man. I'm not saving you from anything, you go. So TLDR. The players and the team kind of like Paragon has that nostalgia until the legacy map comes out and you realize how bad the game really had some aspects on. It was great to look at. It was great to experience, but at the same time, it's just not living up to the hype that it used to. And I get that. I feel like, yes, they've won 2 PCCs, so they are a top contending team, but when you look at their team, they're not the same roster as those winning teams, right? You're thinking about, yes, Crazy Fool and Survivor have been sticking together, but everybody else has kind of been brought out. They do have Proficiency though, which is the MVP of probably one of their last wins. So I mean, that's really still a big pickup. But when you look at the rest of the roster, I mean, Soul Reaper, look, that man's a gamer, top streamer of Pred, biggest YouTuber, all it is. But when it comes down to competitive Pred, we haven't really seen him show his best of the best just quite yet. When it comes down to Creed, like you said, we haven't seen him really highlight himself into that situation. So there's a lot to really question about this Professor's team, especially when you consider about a lot of the roster updates once again, leading up to this GAZOO's LAN. So, I mean, it is what it is. Kind of like one of those things you got to kind of wait for them to show you, prove you wrong. And it's still hard for me because like I believe in the Professors. They're like the first team that was like, okay, like I really like this team, like the way they play. But throughout the series, they kind of just haven't been putting up to what they were saying, right? I kind of feel like they're like, hey, we're going to really show out. And then they don't really kind of produce the results that people were expecting from them, especially from a lot of their fans, right? So I feel like that one's going to be a rough one.
Can I just change the, like, I'm so ready to leave that whole statement in the past, but can I just make one amendment to it? Like a small one. I want to change NFL teams by line of comparison.
No, you're not right. The Browns.
No, like the Patriots, because they used to be great. and then things changed, and now we're trying to get back to that spot. You know, there's a possibility, but it's just not there right now. But it could come back at any moment. There, I'm gonna leave it there.
They bring back Tom Brady, and it's crazy, right?
I feel 56 post divorce. He's locked back in.
I feel that. I mean, that's really pretty much the roster changes going on. Throughout like everything though, like I'm just gonna list the kind of rosters for you here, and we'll kind of like just talk about individual teams. Then we'll wrap it up into a little bit of questions to kind of what chat wants to ask about. But Team Sin, we're just gonna name them, gonna name their roster, kind of what you think about their team, pros, cons, stuff like that. So we're gonna have Sim. We have M inside the off lane, got import in the jungle, the GOAT, mid lane Shin, two hands ADC, and support Ray, the man that makes the patches every 3 weeks. Talk to me.
I think this team is just so phenomenally good. They are the antithesis of what I'm talking about, of why
that's a big ass word, bro. I have no idea what that means.
They are the opposite of how I feel about MTG. Okay. This team has played together. They know each other a little bit better to a degree. And there's a whole lot of talent that we know can work together because we've seen it work together. As early as yesterday, we have been seeing Sin like give people the janitorial treatment. We've been seeing them scrub teams in some scrims.
True.
And so like, I think this is an incredibly stacked team. The reason they're not in my top 3 is solely because Conte is on a different EU team. So like, but
Conte Glaze.
Every time, brother. Genuinely, I think they are just a phenomenal team who have like a 20% chance at like just winning the GAZOO LAN.
20%. Okay, I like those numbers. That's a pretty decent number. I mean, for me, when it comes to Team Sin, I'm excited to see import on 0 ping because, like we've talked about a lot, we've seen it in games. Import, this man steals objectives from you even when they are completely behind for no godforsaken reason, and I don't know how he does it. And the fact that he's not going to have any ping to stop him, kind of worried about some of these other junglers when it comes to being able to get a hunt for hunt battle when it comes down to these big objectives. Me personally, I think Import's the #1 jungler in this game. You can cry about it, laugh about it, whatever you want to do. I just think he's mechanically, when it comes down to intellectually, probably the best jungler when it comes down to making decisions. When it comes to the rest of the team, I mean, you have Shin and Ray, but I feel like they have a good macro, right, as well. But I don't see them playing the game a lot because I don't really watch the EU scene too much. But like, just the history of these players, I feel like they're good players. I haven't seen them too much recently in a live setting to really say too much. I've seen them in scrims. But I think really the big factor to them is M. I kind of feel like his storyline is the best storyline of them all. Kind of like an offlaner that nobody really expected to be good, but now he's kind of clapping people inside the offlane, making them think about different things. I mean, the M stands for messy for a reason. The man's kind of playing like the GOAT when we look at him during the scrim. So I'm kind of excited to see him kind of push out over there.
Team Immune, right? Morose, Conte the GOAT, Manq, Neft, Penguin. I'm gonna have you go first this one because I would rather build off that way. If I get a little nervous, I can play it safe. Where are you sitting on Team Immune?
Honestly, I feel like their strong suit is not Morose. I feel like their strong suit is Conte and Penguin.
Yeah, man, I would have to concur with you there. I feel like that dual lane, like Neft in potential for just being like best ADC.
Neft is just Neft. Like, I feel like Neft just does Neft things. I'm kind of excited to see him on 0 ping, though, not gonna lie.
Uri catches Neft in person and he's like, you gotta go, bro. You're demonic, diabolical. Like we gotta get you out. I think that dual lane is genuinely other teams sleep paralysis demon, although they would never admit it. I think when you walk in with Penguin into Neft, you're like, bro, fuck my life. Jungle, like I'm on my hands and knees, I'm begging, please come. Like, but at the same time, I also think Conte is, you guys know where I sit with them. So like those are the 3 strong
You're Conte Glazer.
I mean, I wouldn't say a Glazer. I mean, he kind of came into your game from a dead game and ran your EU scene. So I don't know. Anyways, Morose also is good. Like everyone on this team is so incredibly good that they could be a star player on another team, right?
Right.
with maybe like one exception, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Not that familiar. But they play well together. They've won together. And now they're going to look to prove it at LAN. Do I sadly have to hope that they just get absolutely just
I hope they get
suplexed into
demolished, bro.
hell? Yeah, I
I
have to hope
hope
that as a citizen.
I hope NA just suplexes them and tells them like this is NA. We don't play that. But on a real note, this roster is demon, bro.
It
I
is.
can't say that with a lot of confidence. So I'm gonna hope. That's the only thing I can say there. I mean, but yeah, I think they have a really good roster, and like you said, I think that dual lane is really the change. ManQ, I've never understood a word this ManQ guy has ever said, but I know he likes the competitive nature, and he sometimes he's the X factor of a lot of their games, right? I mean, I feel like people are like, nah, ManQ's not gonna do anything in mid, and then he just shows out, and you're looking silly because ManQ, the prior support, is showing you up in mid lane, and you're looking confuddled. But it is what it is. But Mach 10, right? And this is where we kind of get a little bit of interference with the EU and A, because we got Bondrewd coming on over inside the off lane. We got North inside the jungle, Bry inside the mid lane, Lakeinator, and Bottledew inside the duo. I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Well, I'm a big fan of Bondrewd just because, you know, I love the turncoat story. We introduced Brother to barbecue and fried chicken. He's never going back.
Bondrewd, the GOAT, bro.
He got introduced to flavor over here on the NA side, so you know we're very happy to have him.
A little bit more than salt and pepper inside his meals. He doesn't
can have more than tea for lunch, man. Ups on him.
Yeah, he doesn't need to eat beans on toast for the rest of his life. You know, I kind of feel like he's expanding his kind of just taste buds. You know.
Yeah, man. The rest of the team: North, Demon, Bry, Demonic, Lakeinator, Old, Bartledew. That's like
Lake is kind of old, isn't he? He's like 50 or something, bro.
Dude, on the 7th day, God took a break and Lakeinator was still chewing ranked. Brother was still.
Oh man,
I don't know Lakeinator enough to be making these jokes, but
I do.
I had a drink to get this. I love you, Lake. Don't beat me. Mach 10 overall, I mean, it's just a great team. This is leftovers with a couple like light changes, right? It still has some of those people from the core that was able to win PCCX. They have players across the board that know how to win, and they've showed that they can play together. This is one of the teams that I want to be like could just win it all, but it's just dependent on how they play on game day. I think like
I could agree with that.
How they pull up in those first couple games, not even the entirety of the first set. I think that first set could really define like, oh, we are going to just win a Mach 10, or this is semifinal second place Mach 10, you know, because sometimes this team just looks incredibly dominant.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they did have a DC inside Summer Series. North wasn't there. And I'm going to allow you guys to use that as an excuse against Mythic. But I feel like they are still a top team. Like I said, I think Bondrewd is the number one offlaner in the game. Like I said, cry about it, laugh about it, whatever you want to do. But I think as well, North is a top jungler. I think he's number 2 going inside this. And I think really, I think it's just like the way Lakeinator plays and the way Bartledew plays. I feel like they're not on 2 different pages, but they have 2 different mentalities when it comes towards engagements and kind of decisions. And I think if they clean that up, I think they're unstoppable. I think they actually take it all. I kind of if they play the way that I know they can play, I give them a 40% shot of winning this all.
A 40% shot?
I give them a 40% shot of winning this all.
Jeez.
But that's if a lot of fucking dominoes fall in the goddamn right places, right? Let's be honest. All right. This is what it is.
Primal up next. Sneaks coming out of the off lane. Mav, jungle, Seismic in the mid lane. Cold, ADC, support, Zihi, sub. Good on you for bringing us up, brother. Nap. Oh, little put him to sleeper. We've been seeing him in a lot of scrums, man. Where are we sitting? Where are we sitting on Primal?
I don't care what nobody says. Naps is the only reason Primal made it to top fucking 4. You see the way that man played?
I saw within these recent scrims I've been saying, or back in PCC
in Summer Series. Think about it. If Primal doesn't have Naps heading into those games leading up to the top 4, do you think they actually make it to top 4?
Oh no, Naps played out of his mind. Naps played really, really well.
Yeah, I feel like Naps is one of those underrated players. I feel like he could play mid, he could play ADC. Naps is a low-key absolute demon when he's on that time. You can say whatever you want about him, but he puts a lot of y'all to shame sometimes, and I don't know why you allow that, but that's on you and your gameplay. Like I said, I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to be good. I'm here to analyze the information. So that's what I got out of Naps playing, and I think that's their biggest strength. I know Cold right now is still on the roster as a starter, but I feel like Naps has proved himself, and I don't know if Cold's going to be able to kind of put the performance out that we're used to. We've seen Cold a long time ago be that absolute demon inside the dual lane, but is he really going to be able to still output that inside this lane environment? We haven't seen him really been onto that board just quite yet.
I mean, I'm not a gambling man, but if I was, so if there's a 60% chance we get Summer Series Naps, and then there is a 20% chance I get Legacy Cold, I'm taking Cold.
That is true. That's
I'm just rolling the die and hoping that I get Legacy Cold, because Legacy Cold is one of the most dominant ADCs I've seen in like just MOBAs. Like when Cold was doing his thing,
hey, my man was out there clapping everybody, like, bro.
Dude, I was watching this. I'm like, y'all have to start getting him tattooed on you because you're property, bro. It's insane. Like, I was like, you're stepping up to this dude just to die. I had the pleasure of talking to him on comps one time, and he's also one of the genuinely just coolest, chillest guys that, like, you know, I've genuinely as a player had the pleasure of talking with. Like, a lot of times if something comes up with the player, then like they'll be like, you have to do this. You have to. No shade. You have to. You must. Nah, it needs to happen. Cold called to me and he's like, hey man, this is my grievance. Can you do anything about it? I'm like, well, according to this in the rules, no. And he's like, oh, I understand. It's in the rules. We'll try to figure something else out. Love you. Thanks. And then I was like, you are for the demonic things you've been doing in Sanctuary, you're actually an angel. So like with that being said, if I get vintage Cold at LAN, I pray that I get to cast that game. Outside of them though, Sneaks, Mav, Seismic, Zihi, all fantastic players. Zihi champion, Seismic champion, same with Mav. I think that this team has just a really good shell. And it's, I mean, like, bro, a little bit of the broken record treatment with Rogue, my take is going to change immensely. But I am going to say it one more time. We've seen them win. They've taken some time to play together. What is more to be said? I had to give like this chance, like this team genuinely come again, like a real boxer's chance at just taking this tournament.
If they play at 100% of their capacity at all times throughout this tournament, they make quarterfinals and losing quarters. I honestly think Sneaks is not good enough to contend with the rest of the offlaners. I think Mav is not aggressive enough to contend with the rest of the jungler. And I think that's their weak point. And without a top tier jungler ready to risk his life, like I've made fun of Mercy for ganking mid lane 8 times in 2 minutes.
Minute 30 seconds, but yeah.
He's willing to take that risk. Meanwhile, I don't think Mav is willing to take those risks to be able to contend with the rest of these junglers. Because the rest of these junglers are running at you without no care in the world, and they're going to hope for the best. And 9 times out of 10, they do. And if he's not playing aggressive, he's not going to be able to really out-contend the rest of these junglers. And that's the nature of the meta currently. You know, you just got to be aggressive. You got to be able to understand where you can win these fights. I think Mav needs to come out of his shell to be able to prove himself to be aggressive at times, but still be able to play his own playstyle. But like I said, I still think they don't really ever have a winning offlane. I don't think Sneaks is better than any one of these offlaners. Maybe tries and ties with Guru at the most part. And that's just being honest. So I think that's their biggest weak point. If they can fix that, I think they fix those 2 opportunities, they're able to put themselves in a really good spot. I feel like their shot caller Seismic really is a good macro player. I feel like he doesn't pick his strongest picks sometimes in the mid lane. That really hurts them when it comes towards like what they're trying to do. But if they fix those, I think they're good.
So,
I mean,
that being said,
You guys can type all you want in chat. It is what it is.
So that being said, I think Mav. I think this is weird, right? Because like overall, we're talking about the top 0.01%, right? Like all of these players are in that top 1%.
Oh, he's a
And
great
now,
player, right?
Yeah, and then we're diluting it among the top like who's the top 1% of the top 1%, right?
Right.
And I think that Mav, I would put him in that top 50% of the top 1%. I
can agree with that.
I just haven't seen Mav have as many takeover games as I've seen other junglers. Like from the time passing with PCC, I haven't seen Mav just take over a game like I've seen like Conte, Import, at times Mercy. Although a kid, every once in a while there's the Mercy just has taken over. Serath is fed. GG, I guess we lose. But like even like Grady, I've seen him. Was it his Professor's run where he got crunch and everyone else might as well have been a walking gold buff? Like I haven't seen as much of that out of Math, but also maybe that's not his function for the team, right? And I don't want to put too much emphasis on him as an individual player because he's just one of 5. But I don't know. I staked my piece about Primal. I think they have a real boxer's chance of winning it.
They do.
God, man, this is so shit. This is so incredibly shit. I did not know this was going to be a segment, so I didn't have time to honey my words to say what I have to say about Rogue.
No. This is all about what the sit down is. We're sitting down talking about the real stuff here that really matters. I mean, I get it. He's a top player, but we just haven't seen him being able to provide yet. But I do agree with you. I think Primal does have a chance to really upset a lot of these teams. They do need to worry about that. I mean, we haven't talked too much about Zihi, but I think he's just a good support. I don't think he's best of the best. I feel like there's some weaknesses there, but I think overall they're just a good team, not a great team. But next is gonna be Rogue, right? Rogue. This is the team that shit. They got some bangers on this team, dog. And I'm saying they're not MTG surprise level, right? But Rogue has not yet been able to see the light, or been able to close enough to sniff the trophy, right? So it's still kind of one of those things of like, they're getting better, man. But like, when are they going to break it? Is it going to be the GAZOO's Invitational? Is it going to be PCC Fall Series? I don't know, man. But I think the biggest thing for me here, bro, is I think Butters is one of those offlaners that is slowly like working himself into my top like 5, bro. And I don't know what it is about him, but he goes for real.
Okay. I'm goddamn man. Okay. I'm gonna have a little bit of an F6 moment and be a little honest here. You know, I'm gonna keep it 100 pennies with you.
If you talk crap about Butters, bro, I'm
not, man. I'm not. Rogue as a team is to me what Flow State was to me before their ascension. Where Flow State and Rogue and Mind the Gap before their changes, I viewed them as teams that are simply here to make people cry during Swiss, possibly hit top 8, and then likely get first rounded, right? Like that is kind of where I was at mentally with the pause with these teams, not because they aren't good players, but just because, as we iterated on earlier, there are teams that are looking to get there. There are good teams that always have a puncher's chance, and then there are great teams you give that majority to, right? We break them down into those 3. All those 3 could clap the shit out of any of us, right? Like you can say whatever you want. I've seen Wangle drop 32 kills in a quick play while playing soccer with his feet and like league with his other hand, man. What Wagwan is what is. I like the changes they made to this team. I like Fox as a player. I think he's very solid in the mid. I think he's doing a little bit more drafting. So like maybe that contributes a little bit more. Wangle's playing a little bit more chill. He's definitely developed in the I'm just not doing anything until 20 minutes. And then being able to help propel his team past that point, at least from what I've seen. But I just haven't seen it feel like enough quite yet when you compare them to like these like Mythic or like these established teams like that you know are normally going to get to top 4. I'm not saying they're going to get first rounded, but as far as contention to win, they're getting a little bit of a smaller slice of the pie. Is why I sit with Rogue.
Okay.
I would like them to win. I do love them as a team. They gave me like perms in their Discord. I love you boys.
If what Kira would say is if they're able to play TB Rampage, then they'll be good.
True.
But on a real note, I think they have a solid team, man. I think they have a team where it's like I said, it's not sleeper like MTG where they just picked up like a complete different roster type vibe. But I feel like they're on their up and coming. I just don't know when they're able to really pass that line of, hey, we're a top 4 team at all times. Maybe it's the GAZOO's Invitational. Maybe not, right? So I just kind of want to see them show out, but I do respect them enough to put them in the top 8. What Mythic, right?
I want to see, on like one last Rogue note, I want to see not Wangle, because he's playing support now. I want to see them drop like a 40 bomb on a team's head. That way I can continue using wangling as a verb. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see them do well, but my expectations aren't super high. Okay, I'm done. I love you guys.
All right. So we got Mythic, Tekken, Grady, Appy, here, Toasty. Lauber's listening to the sub, but we'll see if he's able to show out. I think if he's able to make it, then he's kind of the main thing. But I'm pretty sure it's Tekken that's going to be there. And this team we've seen a lot of. I mean, especially a lot of these players. And say what you want. I mean, I'll give you your chance to get your take first. Give you a little bit of a room here, but it's a pretty good team.
Mythic is basically the reason I play Pred. Like, Wagwan. Like,
that's a little bit too much of a glaze, but you know.
I mean, it's true though, right? Bro. Like, it's no, not like in the reason I play Pred. Like, they're the reason the game looks fun. You, Choice, Lance, God did everything in your power for a surplus amount of time to get me to hard commit to playing Pred all the time, like really lock in. I saw Appy play Wukong mid once, and I was plat in a week and a half. Within 11 days, we hit it. It looked so fun, especially playing into that composition of like these 5 players when they're like playing together with like, well, previously Lava, right within that spot. Tekken, great player. Definitely like a top 4, top 5, possibly top 3 solo laner. Well gone. Can really show out, and we saw that in the last PCC up until the end of it, in which case then, Maguli and, all of F8 kind of, hit up with one of these. That being said, though, I think Grady is a phenomenal jungler. I think Tekken is amazing in the solo. I think he's an incredibly stable ankle player. Appy is my second favorite player in esports because every time, like, I get my gambling
glaze,
fix.
bro.
No, wait. Trust. Every time I watch Appy play, I know I'm hitting a slot machine. Because I'm either getting like a 12-1 and 2 like legacy game, or I'm getting like 3, 27 and 4. Like, it is like every time he steps on the court, bro, he's either like Michael Jordan or Bronny. And it's like, it's such a rampant flip, and it depends on the day. But I love it, man. Like, in the past, there's like some inconsistency with it. I do think like Toasty helps like kind of bring it in. Like, he's gonna like call in like stupid plays after a play has been called, like, hey, maybe while we're at 14 HP we don't rip primal, maybe we don't do that. I think overall his team's like history speaks for itself. D-Lab has been an amazing team, now transferred over to Mythic. They're very solid. They also have players that I just like as people.
Right.
And they also have players that I like the way they play the game to a point to where it inspired me to get locked in. Right. So this Mythic genuinely, I feel, is another, for me personally, another 20% team.
Yeah, they're all pigs from my take. Not playing.
You're out of the 7 days.
Yeah, I'm out of the toaster, dude. I'm fucking cooked. But no, yeah, I think individually, when it comes down to all these players are in my top 3, except for Cure. I think Cure is probably the number 1 ADC. Like I said, cry about it, laugh about it. It is what it is. I think 1v1, nobody beats Cure. And in an actual realistic environment, bro, they're not letting Cure 1v1. So I don't think that's ever going to be a situation. But I do feel like it's either feast or famine with Cure. He is going to go find that kill. Like his personality is like, I'm trying to outdo you every single time. And most of the time he succeeds. It's like whenever he gets Rampage rocked to the face. But at all times, I mean, like I said, all these players are top 3 in my book, like Tekken, Grady, Oppie, Toasty. I think they are probably one of the greatest of greatest. And I think a lot of times what it comes down to this team is really how they're able to pick towards what they want to do. If they don't get the comp that adheres to their playstyle, I don't feel like it goes the best way it possibly can. If they do, though, it's not even a contest, right? I feel like it's like you're just kind of waiting for game number 2 or the next game, trying to like realize what'd you mess up in draft kind of thing. But I definitely think they're a top team for sure. But how are they going to show up on game day is my real question.
Hive, right? We got Hive coming up next. Hive, hit him with the stinger.
Hive.
Perfect opportunity for a transition. We did miss it. Mr. Guru, Nugslit, Little Dino Nug, Aho, Kevo, Schmitty, and Robot Wandman. Where are we sitting? Where are you sitting?
Bro,
my thoughts on this team is sub 20 seconds.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, I put Hive above Professors, bro. And that might be a hot take.
Holy shit.
But I think Hive is a pretty decent team. They're definitely very new. They're definitely not the most experienced. But their logo says it all. They're a Hive mindset. We've listened to these guys' comms all the time. I just like the environment that they sit in. And I feel like a lot of people are underestimating this team. Like I said, I don't think they're in my top 5, but I think they're good players. And I think a lot of people are underestimating them. And I think they're going to do some upsets going inside the GAZOO's lane. I don't think they're going to win it, but I think they're definitely going to be a top team to watch out for, essentially. So you can say whatever you want.
A little. I mean, I'm gonna hit my 20 seconds. I will, but I also have a question. Does that mean your team that is ranked the lowest is the Professors?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm looking at the landing, and I'm like, if you have Hive above Professors, that leads me to presume your bottom 3 are from lowest to highest is Professors, Hive, Rogue. Is my presumption then?
No.
Of your bottom up.
My bottom up is Professors, Hive, Primal.
Dude, these YouTube shorts for the knowers are gonna go so crazy. By the way, we're doubling back, and clipping this. That's a ball.
I don't care what anybody says or thinks about my takes, bro. It's just my take. You can believe it or not.
I love the take, man. I love it. I'm just saying, get it on the internet, bro. Fame awaits. You got the mustache for it. Don't hold yourself back.
That is true. Yo, wait till you see the mustache trimmed up for LAN, bro. This shit is about to be oiled up, greased up.
I've been growing this for 3 years. You know what I mean? Still can't get it to connect. I'm cutting it before LAN. So Hive 20-second breakdown. I think Nugslit is another laner. From what I've seen, Kev Kaioken's role is to just be, I can't make that reference, be a menace to the minions until 15 minutes in which case he rotates and then speedruns trying to get a penta on people. Like it's very copy paste, not copy paste, but very make sure we can win the 4v5 so Kev can farm and then bring Kevin and hope that he is lobber with the blick and we can just now win the game. As far as their game plan goes, that being said, I have watched Hive gameplay for 2 days. I have paid attention. I've locked in, but I've only watched it for 3 days now of really tuning into Hive because Hive versus Rogue is the first game me and you are going to cast, right? So we want to be
you linking the schedule, bro. That's crazy.
No, wait, no, fuck. Is that damn it.
Damn. That's crazy.
I don't think that's a leak. I don't think that's a leak. I think I got clear for that one.
Ego.
No, but what? Bro, wait, what the hell, Leon? I don't think it's a leak. Also, like the schedule's already out there. People know the order the games are.
No, only we do.
No, the schedule's out there.
No, they know who plays who, but they don't know
Yeah,
who casts
exactly,
who.
exactly. No, bro, that doesn't matter. People don't care about us. People care about the teams.
Who don't care about us? We're the
Bro,
only two chocolate men in Predecessor, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've read the YouTube comments. They would rather we were what's vanilla chocolate called? It's my favorite kind of like a
White chocolate.
macaroon. No, yeah, exactly. That a little bit of
What the fuck?
a thunder drop is best, so maybe a lightning drop. Hey, what I'm trying to say here is we get hated on. They don't care if we're casting the game or not. A lot of the time. That being said, that being said, I think Hive is a solid team. I like them a lot as people. I think Kev, if he does get fed, from what I've seen, can just run over and start rolling and smoking the packs to a degree. But, you know, I haven't seen enough from them. I don't have them ranked especially high. But, you know, I've already said that I think, like, they could possibly upset Rogue. I think that is a thing they could do.
I don't know about upsetting Rogue. I think they could take a game off Rogue. I'll give you that.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to 3. But you know, I think it could happen. There are teams that I would see Hive go against, or Rogue, or another team that I'm like, you are being sent to die, right? Like this is like borderline public execution. But I think Rogue, and if they get a little bit of momentum, Hive could surprise us, and I'm kind of hoping for it.
I agree with that. All I'm saying is they need to put Robot Juan in. I've never seen a sub be so fucking great at anything in my life, but Robot Juan is secretly the GOAT of Hive. They throw that man in there, I feel like they could really, really start to contend in a lot of different ways. But we'll see. But F8, this is the prime and glory of an A. Everybody seems to be on their nuts. BKB inside the off lane. Jungle is going to be Mercy. Simba in the mid. Maguli inside the carry role. And Peak on the support. But we got a big sub coming in for F8. That's going to be Senpai.
I think this is just such a good team. I partially think they're a good team because there's a little resentment in my heart from me calling them a good team and then getting fried for it, and then they swept everyone. So like, I guess I was right. F8 was a team that is a team I like narratively because the lack of respect after they got the #1 placement I thought was egregious. I thought was some of the most, like, in esports, you have to always believe you're going to be the best, right? You have to believe you're number one.
You always got to be the best.
But the disrespect they were getting after getting the #1, I was like, it's on the floor. It's so incredibly out of pocket.
Hold on.
And it wasn't even hidden.
Hold on, Ego.
Like,
chat is complaining that they have ads. So for the next minute and a half, what we're going to do is we're going to talk all the shit we can about F8 and just get it out there because none of F8 has been subbed to the channel.
Man, Simba looks so much like Faker, and he probably
there's no way you went straight to Asian hate.
Wait, he's not Asian. Wait, is Simba Asian?
Is he? He looks Asian a little bit.
Yo, you can't guess that, bro.
I'm half Asian, bro.
You can't just throw those up. Wait, you are?
I am half Asian, bro.
Never mind, you're good. Hey, do what you got to do.
Senpai is Asian too, so you got to watch out. Don't talk too much about Senpai. He's a sub, so he's.
Wait, time out. Peek and Maguli. No, let me get to the rest of them. No. Bro, let's stop this. He's lying. Chat, he's lying. 7 seconds. I'm watching the ad right now, bro. Bro, time out. I gotta lock in. Hold up. 1 second left. Chat, Lance is lying to you. We all know that bald people have a habit of deception. It 100% is a falsehood. I did not say that thing about either one of those players. Now, as I was saying, locking back in a little bit, what the fuck was I saying? Because you caught me off guard with the whole you're Asian thing. And I was like, you kind of looped me. Oh, yeah. The disrespect F8 was catching was egregious. I was actively in calls where it was like, I mean, lucky team gets lucky. What do you mean? And I was like, okay.
Before you continue, I'm not going to say that hate was egregious as in it wasn't expected.
The disrespect. Let's not say hate.
They definitely did disrespect. Like, a lot of people didn't believe in F8, and I give them their flowers for proving everybody wrong.
Oh,
and I will
100%.
agree with that.
Like I do always enjoy seeing the I'll prove it to you, right? Like
Right.
if I smack you in the face and you go down, and then you get up here like lucky shot, and then I smack you and you go down again, there's no more question about it. You're
True.
below me at this point in time until you prove to me otherwise. And I'm happy FA got their get back for that, because there was a point, and I'm not going to name names, where I was like,
I
it
will.
came up and it was like, who are the best 3 teams in Pred right now? And I was like, F8. I said F8 was in that top 3, and I got rolled for it.
I was one of them. What do you mean?
Yeah, I got rolled for that shit, man. And I was like, so we just don't care about the hot hand. We don't care that they won. No, we just don't. We just no, not at all. And then they finished the pack. There was this much of it left, and they inhaled it until it set in their lungs, and smoke left their nose like a dragon. It was satisfying.
They did give a lot of donuts to a lot of teams, and if you are that team that got a donut, there's literally nothing you can say about F8. I mean, we can, because we can do whatever we want. But the rest of y'all, I don't know, bro. You have to prove it to me at LAN, bro. It is what it is. But they're still not in my top 5. I don't care.
To the
I don't care, bro. It is what it is.
Sweet fuck, dude. Like,
hey, it is what it is.
Holy shit. Okay. I think BKB is amazing. As I said, I have him in my top 3 for solo.
That's crazy work.
I do. I have him third.
That's crazy work.
Mercy, I think stream Mercy, and like I'm excited for LAN to see it in person, because Mercy playing in scrims versus playing on game day are 2 different people. I'm almost convinced that he gets up and his girlfriend locks in, because it is egregious how he gets from good to great the moment that game day hits. Simba, compared to other mid laners, I don't know as much about his style. I am surprised that he's able to walk with how big his balls are, based off of some of the plays I've seen. Maguli,
there's no way you're glazing this much, bro. There's absolutely no way.
I'm gonna get to the drawbacks. I will. I like to wait. I've done this for every team. I give people their credit, and then I come back with something. This is Glaze. I think Peak is the best support right now.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you, because the way he was smacking the rest of these supports is absolutely crazy. And then, how would you allow that as another support, bro? There's no way, bro. I don't care. It is what it is.
I swear to God, I saw him hit one of them hooks. I swear, in game chat, for some reason, got coded into the game and became a function. Because I swear to God, I heard Kira go,
So all I know is he soloed somebody as Decker. I forgot who it was, bro, but they were playing Countess, and they got solo bowled by Peak to end the game, and it is what it is. I wouldn't let that happen personally. I'm going back to base and dying in a fountain, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I genuinely it's a little bit of recency bias, right? We saw him like have an incredible set in their big win in PCC. But overall, altogether, I do think this team is kind of dependent on each other to such a degree that I think if one of them gets broken down, I don't know about the hard carry potential of another member, right? Like, I think this team, when they're playing together, and I think this is something they actually said when they did their post game, was like, we are all on the same page all the time. We are all constantly just like same thoughts, doing the same thing. Everyone's on the same page until someone walks up and smacks you in the mouth. And in the face of that, I'm curious to see how F8 responds, because we've seen them just win pretty convincingly a lot. I think they got taken a 1 best of 3 against Mach 10 recently.
Yes.
That being said, though, when that adversity does present itself, it then comes to a place of like mental fortitude, right? Instead of just pure mechanical skill. And that is my one, I don't want to call it a concern, but like maybe a worry in a way of like, these teams are coming to put their best on for LAN. When they come and smack you in your mouth, are you still going to be able to be F8?
So I agree with you. When it comes to a team mindset, these guys all speak, I'm coming after you, and we're going to send everybody to clean you up so we can win this game. I believe this is the most aggressive team we have going into the GAZOO's Invitational. If they keep that mindset, I do agree that they're just a force to be reckoned. But I also agree with, what do they do? We haven't seen this exact F8. What do they do when they get punched in the mouth, right? Like you said. And I think if they do get punched in the mouth, unironically, I'm not worried about Mercy because I've seen Mercy in Autumn Leaves versus Leftovers in game 3 or game 5 of PCCX. And for some reason, Owen 55 goddamn yen comes out and smacks you. And I'm kidding. I don't know what the record was, but he wasn't doing great.
12-1 as 1-12. Like he doesn't see the numbers. Like it's
Mercy doesn't play different. It doesn't matter what his KD is. But for the rest of them, I want to see how that mental fortitude goes. And I do believe when it comes to LAN, all of these teams took what they saw in the summer series of PCC and was like, okay, maybe we don't have you guys figured out when it came towards summer series. But after seeing you guys play, we kind of have a little bit more of agency to kind of see what we can get away with, what we can kind of get to you, and kind of have a little bit more to build up against them. And I think they're going to get smacked in the mouth. I don't want to see how they're going to be able to answer to it. But I also think you're kind of tripping thinking BKB is a top 3, but that's just my take and that's your take. I still think BKB and Simba are probably their weakest kind of going in. I still think they're good players. But like I said, I don't think BKB really has any characters. He only has characters that he can play. And there's characters that he can't play. So I feel like that limits their draft capability on what they can do. Maguli and Peak, that dual lane is so fucking aggressive, bro. Like, do you see the way they play, bro?
It's I'm telling you, because we've had this conversation, I think 3 times on this one podcast, and it's about Maguli. Like,
but it's not. I think that's where we differentiate, right? Like, it's not.
His peak setup is the top. We've agreed he's the best support, but the follow up from Maguli, not every carry is capable of.
I mean, there's some carries that you say can't do that, but I mean, I'm not going to name names. But when it comes down to most of these carries can follow up with damage. What I'm saying is, I think without Peak, Maguli doesn't work in that dual lane.
Do
you see what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah,
it's not. Here's the thing. It's not that he's bad, but I don't. If without Peak, that does not work. I promise you, it does not work.
I agree, but it's like the same as saying Edelman or Gronkowski isn't good without Tom Brady. Like,
they're not.
Yeah, obviously having the GOAT makes you better, but I think alone you would still be a superstar, right? I don't know. I think Maguli is super, super good. I don't know where I have him in rankings because I don't do ADC rankings. Your job is to like put a cursor on somebody and click it and not position in a way to troll your team. And that has a degree of meticulous breakdown that I, as someone who is legally stupid, can't process right now on the spot. So I just think Maguli is 5th grade paper really good, written in Crayola. And I think Peak complements him so incredibly well. Like, the degree of difficulty in lane from Maguli is lessened so much by Peak's performance. Like, especially from what we saw out of the last PCC. Like, the depth of the bag, the execution, of the timing.
Pause real quick. Lance, I'm going to answer you just because you don't understand football because you're a Browns fan. You don't know what good football looks like. You got to get Gronk the ball before he's able to break tackles, you know? And that's what we're saying. When it comes towards Maguli, for him to be able to get the kills, you got to have the setup. If he's not able to get the ball, he can't be able to break those tackles. And Maguli's not able to get those kills. But go on, Ika.
But I love that. Pause break. You in the chat are wrong. Let's bring it back. Dude, Lance is gonna start letting these ads play. Lance, bro, the excuse me is ferocious. Okay, we gotta lock in. I can't keep looking because it's gonna get too juicy over there. But yeah, that's where I'm sitting with F8. I think we've kind of pseudoly talked about them throughout a little bit, so people at this point know our thoughts.
I would like to say Senpai is probably a top tier sub for them. Probably number 1 sub NA. I think he's a very good ADC. I really kind of want to see him shine in one of these games if he's able to play in one of them. So that's something that I'm expecting to see because I feel like Senpai hasn't been able to really shine yet. And I know how good of a player he is, And I wonder if FA is going to put him out there, maybe like a game 3 kind of thing, or sorry, not a game 3, a game 1 type of thing, seeing if he's able to kind of output the performance that they need from their team. He's not in that mindset I think F8 does when they're really aggressive, but I think he's one of those players that's able to follow up. So I still kind of waiting to see Senpai, kind of like Robot Juan, kind of like shine in that sub moment. So that's all I have to say about F8. But then next we got MTG. We got 2 more teams left, guys. We got MTG and Professors, but MTG, we got Nitro, Kofi, Penzo, Chicken, Vecron, and Pablo. And this is a team like, Vecron and Pablo are probably like the same age as Lake and Nader. They were around when dinosaurs were here.
God
but
created light and pred servers.
Then then we got like the young heads. We got Chicken, Penzo, Kofi. I don't know too much about Nitro, but I think Nitro's a very good player, offlane or jungle. I think he's just a good player all around. Haven't seen him too recently yet inside some live settings. But I think they just have a really good overall team. Like I said, the pickups that they made, I don't know who Penzo, where he got the money from to hire these players. But MTG stocks are definitely up. I think they got a solid team heading into this. And I do think they're the most underestimated team going in towards the GAZOO's Invitational.
F6, what would be your gut reaction if you were walking down the street, right? Let's say you're in Target. Right. You're picking up mustache cream.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Hey, we're up, bro. We're up. Almeida has brought us in. We're full-time casters. We made it the dream. It's real. We've done it.
Okay.
Wagwan, we're there. You're walking in Target. You're going into the mustache section, and down the aisle, you see Sydney Sweeney, right? And she's like, and she waves at you, right? And she's like, and she waves, and then she starts walking towards you. What would your gut reaction be?
I have a girlfriend. Get away from me.
Okay, so let's pretend you're single. Add an amendment to it. Let's pretend you're single.
All right.
Lock in. Stay loyal.
I'd go to get my mustache cream.
Holy shit. Okay, I forgot that you have ungodly confidence. I'm gonna put myself in the
Okay.
If this happened to me, I wouldn't believe it because I've never been an object of desire like that. I haven't seen this type of play coming my way in all of my years of life. That is exactly how I feel about MTG. I haven't seen it, so I don't believe it. And if it happens, at first, I'm going to think it's mirage or I'm high.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of talent on this team, but I'm a little bit of a put it in front of me. I already said it like Flow State pre-Ascension. I was like, you guys are here to beat the brakes off of people in Swiss. And then, what it is. And then they showed me otherwise. And now I'm smiling back and believing that, maybe it is like that. That's just where I'm at with MTG. I need to see them dominate or show extreme composure when these moments come. And at that point, I might flip the script. I might ignore the fact that this podcast happened and just be like, yeah, man, I've always been a knower. I've always been a knower.
Okay. So you're waiting for them to prove themselves. I feel that.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You gotta show me it's real outside of the talent.
Okay. I can respect that. Show me what you got, and then I'll say otherwise. I agree with you. I bet
trying to give him a grenade is so crazy.
Oh, with that line, yeah, bro.
Bro, I forgot you had a girlfriend, dog.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, Mrs. Six will kill both of us, bro. And I'm not ready to die yet, bro. And you're not gonna put me into that trap, bro. No matter what you do, it's not gonna help. Because I'm scared of her, and you should be too. It is what it is.
I forgot you were cuffed up, man, bro. I forgot.
It's a mustache, right? You think nobody with a mustache like this gets cuffed up. I feel you. But Professors, this is probably the most controversial team. And I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate because I'm being honest here. I said, I think all these teams have really great players. Individually. Professors. Got Creed, Proficiency, Soul Reaper, Survivor TV, and Crazy. And none of these guys, as a team, think beats any of these teams. Maybe comes close to Hive, but I think Hive pulls it out because the GOAT, they might sub Robot Juan in, and it is what it is. But in all honesty, I haven't seen what I needed to see from the Professors, not only through scrims, but throughout the last couple PCCs, every single time we get on game day, there's no performance. Every time we get on the big screen, there's nothing to be like, damn, this Professor's team is about to be fucking goated. And that is my hot take of the day. Because I knew everybody's going to be like, Steve, why do you have them ranked so low? And it's because history says they've won 2 PCCs. But also, that was when Lakeinator was born. And in the recent comings, I haven't got anything to tell me they're a team to contend against all the rest of these 9 teams. And that's all I got to say.
Holy shit, man. That's just... I'll in all my days, this is no disrespect to Hive, just, considering the legacy of Prof, I never thought I would be in a spot where I genuinely heard the bar that if they play well, Professors might have a chance to beat Hive.
Yeah.
And it's an iconic line, simply put, like it is what is. That being said, I've said my piece on them already. I'll just reiterate it for people who are just coming in. They used to be great during their time at which they were great. I really enjoyed watching them like crazy with the sticky hook. Like
hold on, don't get me wrong. They pick Richter, they might win all their games. But
yeah, like
let's be honest.
Just ban Richter. Just ban Richter. Let's keep it about. Just ban Richter. Don't let Crazy get it. Your chances of winning go up.
Crazy on Richter is a whole different story. I ain't gonna cap. But so
yeah, it's not even like the same team. Like the logo changes. But like all in all, like something with this team just hasn't clicked from what we are able to see. Now maybe behind the scenes in scrims that we have just so happened to miss watching, even on like privates, right?
Right.
Maybe they have been just sending out devious back shots to Mach 10, right? Maybe like Bondrewd sees them and his toes curl. Like, who knows?
Bondrewd, your toes curling, bud?
But from what we have seen, they're just individual players with a lot of talent who aren't getting good results as a team, and that's just what they are as a team right now, like lacking results.
No results. The results have not changed my mind in the recent events. That's all that it is. I just need to see something from them that tells me like, damn, Professors might actually come out top 4 or even fucking win this thing, right? So it's like, I don't want to give leeway to one team because they've won something, right? Like if you look at the rest of these teams, there's a lot been proven by them. Sin, they've proved themselves. Team Immune, they've proved themselves recently. Mach 10, Primal, Rogue, Mythic, F8, and MTG. Hive, we haven't seen them just quite yet. And Professors, they haven't been able to make something just quite yet. So that's why I'm just there. And just based off of what I've seen, I think Hive takes it over Professors. It's not going to be like a sweep, but it is going to be a 2-1 kind of series, is what it is. And if you don't have results, there's nothing that I could blame or put analytics on, right? Like, I'm not here to pick favorites. I love all of you guys. I think you guys are all amazing people. Not all of you. Some of you guys are weird. But I think for the most part, a lot of you guys are really cool or all chill. When it comes down to actual gameplay, there just has to be a line. If you don't draw that line, especially as like a caster, I feel like you're never able to really truly tell the story. Like if Professors pop off, I'm gonna say that inside my cast, right? It's gonna be a little bit more impactful. Like, yo, they just booked this game off and just ripped him to shreds. But you got to prove that. I just haven't seen it yet.
I agree.
And I haven't seen the possibility of them being able to change that. I'm pretty sure I watched Team Immune versus Professors last night, and all that EU versus NA talk went out the window. And it is what it is.
I'm not laughing at you. That was one of the most beautifully sentimentally like ending pieces to a podcast I've heard in all of my days. If I could, my thighs would shed a tear, brethren. Being said, the death threat I just caught in my DMs from Lance is crazy.
What? Did you say
I'm never talking about the Browns again, bro. He should send me my address and IP. Hey, that's my bad. Hey, that's my bad. They're a good team, man. That's all I was saying, man.
That's all good though.
Man.
But
Uh,
no, it's been a longer podcast. I didn't actually think it would take this long. But,
damn, it's been 2 hours.
But I will leave the floor open. You guys could ask your questions. I'm gonna grab a drink, use the bathroom really quick.
We're gonna be here with them. Don't.
All right, how about this? I'm gonna run a long ad so the questions could just
don't do that to them. I'll
take
take the questions. It's okay.
You'll take the questions.
Don't add them. Right. I'll be here. Okay.
Well, the ad's coming up anyway, so it is what it is.
Lance body block.
All right, guys, we're gonna hit an ad really quick, and we're gonna come back. You guys can ask all your questions. We'll break it down for you. If you guys didn't like it takes, we want to ask some real questions. It's up to you, but we will see you guys in a bit. For the people that have Nitro Ego, you're gonna have to talk to them though. I'm sorry.
People have Nitro?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Question for Ego. Do you like strawberry or chocolate milk more? Strawberry hard gap. I used to be more of a chocolate milk fan, but as I grew and developed as a person, my taste buds did as well. Mercy, I can't believe you came in here like so late. It's crazy. It's kind of crazy you came in here this late. Import. Can you recap your ranking 1 to 10 or whatever guys did in the beginning? Recap of whatever you guys did in the beginning. Rankings 1 through 10 of teams of like so we didn't hard rank the teams. We picked the top 3 each. I could rank the top 10 personally. I would kind of need to think about it. And also what I say should be taken with a deliberate grain of salt. But I think for F6, he had Sin in his top 3. He had Sin, he had Immune, and he had Mach 10. I had Mythic F8, and I had Mythic F8 and Immune off of the principle of Conte unironically is my guy. Another question for Ego. When we wrestle, do you think you'll make it out of the first period without being pinned? 1, 2, 3. Lance, I love you with every genuine fiber of my being. I would put you on your back so quickly you would have to reposition.
Ego, what the fuck
your
are we talking
neural
about,
disruptor. Bro? 1 second. I have to just one last line. Lance, you would be on your back so quickly, you would understand what life is like for Riley Reid. Like, on every fiber of my being, like, you would think you're in a Victoria Myers RP. Like, it would be immediate.
Ego. What the hell are we talking, bro? I just got back.
Let's just like, how long do you think you can last to get to be in wrestling? And I'm like, bro, this last double would have you questioning whether or not you like dudes or not, because I'm looking into your eyes as I do it. Like, it's just where I'm at emotionally as a human being. That being said, though, thank you for your question.
We got another 50 seconds of ads. It's all good. All right, Ego. You ready for this next section, bud? We're just be answering questions, kind of going out.
Sure, man. I got a couple. Import was asking for the 1 to 10. I told him our top 3 that we actually did. I don't think I would want to do it like 10 right now, just because it's so. I don't know. I would like to you're gonna do another one of these, and maybe you have me on again in the future. Damn, but it's next week. Damn, it's next week.
But we won't be back until the week after that, bud.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I feel like top 3 was kind of sufficient. Like, you basically gave your top 10 with your bottoms and then your tops. Like, we could just dilute who's in your top 10 based off of that. We can't watch the VOD, subs only. Bro, get the VOD, man.
Hey,
he uploaded on YouTube.
Oh, look, man. I'll tell you my takes whenever, bro. You don't need the VODs.
That's true. I think he's trying to hear some of these idioms, analogies, and metaphors we were using to describe him.
So the question was, who's the top 10? Ego really doesn't have a top 10, but I'll give it to you here live, and you guys can take it as you will. You guys can disagree. You can laugh about it. Is what it is. My number 1 team going into this is going to be Team Immune. The reason I say that is none of you, and after seeing the props NA scripts, just say, they're looking like they're ready to take down the entire fucking mountain.
That's going to be your Conte tattoo. Just throwing that out there.
It's not because of Conte, bro. I think that dual lane is absolutely fucking insane. It is what it is. That's gonna be this one's really close. I'm not gonna lie. These next four are like literally
Number 2 was extra steps.
like these guys are all number 2 in my book. I really, to be honest, number 2 is going to be Team Sin with fucking Mach 10 close by. I ain't gonna lie to you. That could be 2 and 3, but between 3 and 4, Mythic is close by as well. With F8. And you guys already heard my take on why I think F8 is not the number 1. Yeah, they won PCC Summer Series, so yeah, put some respect on their name. They won a championship and they deserve all the glory. It's not a hot take away from them. It's just the way I think they're going to head into this LAN, depending on their playstyle. Number 6 is going to be Team Rogue for me. And this one's going to be close between Rogue and MTG. I really don't even know if I want to put Rogue at 6. Might be MTG, but MTG's there. MTG, and then it's going to be Hive, and then into Professors. I'm not playing. It's going to be Primal. It's going to be Primal, Hive, and then Professors. You guys already know my bottom 3. You guys already know my top 3. And those are going to be my middle takes. And I'm not going to sit here and explain my entire takes on the entire time.
Like we did just have a 2-hour podcast.
I just had a 2-hour podcast of it. I'll open up the VODs or whatever if you guys want. But
I will also give my top 10. I will also give my top 10. Just off of vibes partially, what I've seen out of the teams, Immune is also my number 1 pick. Immune is also my number 1 pick, partially because of the way the schedule broke down. Them getting that bye just puts them one step closer to having a little bit of an easier, way into that number 1 spot. Right. So that being said, I think number 1, I would have Immune. Number 2, possibly a little bit of a hot take, I would probably have Low State as my number 2. Just we talked about this during the podcast. I am an avid believer in the hot hand, and
that's fine.
Like it comes with smoking the packs. You get the pass. So number 1, I have Immune. Number 2, I have Flow State. And by the way, for the people I know watching this who are like trying to roast me, last time you did that, like let's rewind and recall what
not happened. The donuts.
3, I have Mythic. 3, I have Mythic actually. Just because like the legacy of D-Lab feels so incredibly stacked. I've got to sit in on some of their scrims. They seem to like really kind of be tuning in what they want to do. 4, I'm giving to Sin. I feel like obviously I'm giving it to Sin, right? 5. Holy shit, 5 kind of gets a little bit on the toughie, doesn't it? 5 does get a little bit toughie. Jesus.
Not Mom. Joseph coming in here for you, bro.
Wait, who? Come to the landing. Bro, I'm about to rank you higher than F6 is. Give me a moment. 5. Oh my God, man. 5, I actually do have Primal. 5, I have Primal. 5, I have Primal. Just because, like, I've seen Seismic and Zhe do some pretty nutty things. 6, despite the lack of results recently, I do have Professors just because of the legacy respect, partially. Like I said, they're not the Browns because they, know what winning looks like at least. They're more like the Patriots. They're just trying to get back to a level that they were at previously. And I think they can do it, but it's hard to rank higher when what is currently happening is not what you're wanting. Like you're losing more than you probably want to be, especially with LAN pulling up so close. But I do think, with that much talent on the roster, it's very possible. 7, I actually have Rogue in 7, actually. I have Rogue in 7. I have Rogue in 7. I have Rogue in 7. I have MTG at 8. I do have Hive at 10. Who am I missing? Who have I not listed?
Hive?
No, because I have Hive at 10. I'm still missing my 9. Oh, my bad. Mach 10. I have my bad. Actually, I have Mach
Yeah,
10.
Mach 10 at
Yeah,
9?
my bad. My bad. No, no,
At
no, no, no.
9?
No. I have them at 5. I have them at 5. I have them at 5. I just forgot
Nah,
about the team. I have
nah.
Mach 10 at 5. I have
Hey,
them at 5. I have them
y'all
at 5.
heard
I
it
have them at
here
5. It's in
first.
the VOD. He's
Ego
opening the VOD.
thinks
You are lying to me.
professors are
Close
better
the
than
stream.
Mach 10, bro.
Close the. I have never once said that a day in my days, bro. Oh my
That's crazy
God.
work. I ain't gonna lie.
You are a demon. Don't put a hot take on me. You already got the hot takes for the pod, bro. You already said profs were the worst team. That is the
Prove
hot
me
take.
wrong, bro. That's not even a hot take. Bro, have you seen the scripts? Have you seen Summer Series? Have you seen PCCX? Have you watched any competitive predecessor in the last year, bro? They have not proven themselves to be a top team. Prove me wrong at LAN, bro, and I will literally put you where you belong.
Listen. I don't like BDSM, so I have not watched the prof scrims now. But like I do think Mach 10 is at that 5 spot. So slot them up and shot everything slightly for 1 down from what I had said previously. I just forgot about Mach 10 because I still know them mentally as leftovers. Like their name, like Mythic name change stuck with me, and it just became then. Mach 10 slips from my mind, bro.
That's
like
crazy.
Somebody with poor like hand-eye coordination at a Diddy party. It's slippery out there, man.
Bartledu's coming after you, bro. You're cooked.
Dude, I've had to deal with these pro players in my quick plays, and I'm like, why drop 30 on my head? I say words. Like, there's at no point where I've been to the casting booth and I'm like, yeah, wrap it around the back corner. It's gonna be Bartledu with a big hook. He pulls him back, but I would have done it better. Like, that's never happened. You don't got nothing to prove against me. Like, to put the blick down, especially doing play tests. Some of y'all are demons.
All good. That's okay. I respect that ranking, bro. I mean, like I said, everybody's gonna have their own rankings. Everybody is what it is. I mean, as long as you can explain it, bro, I really don't care. Yo, what's up, Butters? My God.
Wait, time out. Looking at the thing, GAZOO, my top 10 is actually kind of smooth. Hold up.
Is your top
Flow,
10?
Mythic, Sin, M10, Primal, Prof, Rogue, MTG Hive. I do think that is a sexy top 10. I think maybe I could put MTG above Rogue, but those are my boys, so I'm gonna rock with them for a little bit.
So you have a lot of favoritism and not really any like real journalist takes on these top.
I have a lot of love in my heart, man. What can I say? Everybody's beautiful.
Nah, bro. I'm telling people how it is, and they just gotta prove me wrong, bro. It's not no hard feelings, bro. It's just the way it is.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the difference: is you're already in Paragon rank. I'm still trying to get there, and I know some of them got Smurfs because I've gotten uncanny degrees of hate.
I'm in Diamond
in
1,
some
bro.
Of these games.
I dropped from
so
Paragon,
I have to live
bro.
my days in fear.
I had what's his name, bro? I forgot what his damn. I don't know who it was, but they ran down my game for like 3 games straight, bro. It's cooked. Oh, it was military something, bro. I forgot what his name is. He only plays Mortgage, bro, and that dude just ran my games out for like 3-4 games straight, bro. I was cooked. Is what it is.
I haven't played ranked in weeks. I had here's the thing. I pray for the day Omega brings us in, right? I pray for the day that it's like Omega squared. You know what I mean? At the same time, I don't know if the community could take it because some of y'all are catching ban. Like bro, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be the most wholesome community, man.
Alrighty.
Because the words I be catching in ranked are diabolical. I'd be like, you don't even know I am, bro. Why are you talking about my fire alarm, bro?
On that. But that's the top 10 for both of us. F6 putting profs on 10th is criminal, and now it's just the truth. Prove me wrong, and then I'll put you higher. I don't know, bro. I don't know what else to tell you, professors, fans, bro. But just prove me wrong, bro. Win some games that matter, and I will put you at goddamn number 1 if you're able to pull out an F8 style fucking just victory, bro. I don't know.
Win some games that matter is one of the most diabolical lines.
It's not diabolical. See, that's the problem, bro.
I wouldn't have to say this if you'd win. Holy shit.
You prove to me at LAN that you're better than the team I have ahead of you, bro. I'll easily move you up. I'll eat my words. I'll say, you know what? I was wrong. Steve was wrong, and he lied. And I don't have any shame in saying I was wrong. But until then, it is what it is.
Are we willing to put some on it? Are we willing to put some small on it?
On my rankings?
No. Are you willing to make a wager with the professors here? Are
Okay.
we? Talk to me. So I'm gonna throw this out. Because the streamers have their little streamathon, and off of that streamathon, Crazy Folk got a little bit of ink.
A little bit of
Got
flow.
little jot on his skin.
A little bit of aura going around.
If professors win LAN, would you be willing somewhere? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be fancy to get the word professors tattooed on you, somewhere on your body. If they win LAN.
If professors win LAN, I will get a tattoo on my calf of professor's logo, bro. And I will glaze you guys for the rest of times, even if you fucking lose every single game in my entirety. You win LAN, I would never say another bad thing about you. But I am so confident that this team will not get it together by LAN that it is what it is. I love you all personally as human beings, but prove me wrong, bro. I'm hearing a lot of yapping, but not a lot of results. You can clip it all you want. I'll say it to you without a clip.
I'll say to you, bring me in the VC. It is what it is. All right. I don't think there's a better way to end a podcast than that. I'm going to be honest.
There's not. But this has been the Sit Down with Steve and Ego, coming to you live. No bullshit. All real. Just facts. You bring it here. You get it one ear. But if you have any other questions, this is your time. We'll answer any type of questions you want. You can ask for Ego. You can ask for me. Kind of got just an open forum and what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to see. Ain't no way. I was like, you don't have to clip it, bro. I just want to see some fucking results. That's it. You can yell at me all you want.
I'm telling you right now, if it does happen, okay, I can't bring up anything on schedule. The talent reaction is going to be the most superb moment in Predecessor history. The talent crew's reaction is going to go truly nutty. It's going to be truly nutty, man.
Be goated.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys don't have any other questions, we're just gonna end it here. You guys heard all the takes from us. You guys don't have to take it at 100%. Let's take it with a grain of salt. I mean, what do? We just cast games and
say words.
Look at analytics for a fucking living. I don't know, bro. That's all we do. You guys think it's good. You guys think it's bad. Prove me wrong at LAN. I'll put you somewhere where you belong. Other than that, no more questions are here. I'll give you guys like another minute. And I'm gonna head on out.
I'm also gonna.
Thanks for joining me, Ego. I do appreciate it. Thanks for coming in here for the stream.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. It was a cool little kickback.
A little kickback. 6 followers away from 2,200. Yes, D-Dog. We're 6 followers away. But we're not here for the clout. We're here for the facts. Let people know what it is.
I'm here because my handler told me to be.
I'm not your handler, bro.
I send people straight to you when they ask me to cast stuff. You kind of,
Is Maddie going to be on the caster's desk? I wish, bro. Maddie's a funny dude. He's definitely not PG, but he is funny as hell, bro. Maddie's hilarious.
I think Maddie said something about coming as a priest. I was like, that feels like something you might do.
You know what? How about this? We'll stream the LAN for you guys. We'll have a little live Twitch stream. Me, Ego, Lance, Big Rit, and the other guys, Big Choice. Kind of give you guys a live spectator view of what's going on in the background. Maybe we could do that for you guys. But expect the next episode for the Sit Down to be after the LAN, the week after the LAN. So probably that Friday on the next week. Talk about what we had in the LANs. We'll do another rankings. We'll see what the teams are doing. But yeah, if you don't like your ranking, prove me wrong. If you hated something that I said, I don't care. You have anything else, Ego?
Nah, man. Thanks for having me. It was fun. I appreciate you inviting me to come through.
No worries. You guys have a good one. I will catch you guys at the LAN. Make sure you guys tune in to GAZOO's LAN August 16th and 17th. This is where the competition gets at its best. PCC Fall Series will be coming at you at the start of September 7th, I believe, is going to be the Pro of Pantheon. So check that out. We'll be casting it at E Squared. We're going to be there live, getting all the hype up and getting all the good stuff going.